here. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Still working on coffee here, so I will have a couple sips as we get going. How is everybody today? I'm trying to look at two devices. I can't see comments here, and so I'm looking far away to see comments over here. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Wendy. It's noon on the East Coast, yes. I'm in Utah, so it is 10 a.m. here. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Guten Tag. I don't know, Guten Tag. German, but I'm trying to remember if that's, oh no, I think it's morning. Guten Tag, or maybe that's afternoon. Guten Abend, I think, oh gosh, that really takes me back. I was, total squirrel moment, surprise, for an exchange student in Germany in high school. And so some of those words just all of a sudden popped into my head. Anyhow, how is everyone? Karen is at a Dutch theme park. Oh my heavens. Karen, where are you? Like what state or what country? Hi, Wanda. And Lula Girl, 2 a.m. Oh goodness, you deserve the prize, right? That's crazy. I had a, well, not really a 2 a.m.er, but a late night, early morning. I don't know. We'll see. I'll chat about that in a sec. So, a couple things. Well, I need to get better about this because I always just jump in because I'm so excited to see everybody and to chat. Good morning. My name is Lael. If we haven't met before, welcome. Well, even if we have met before, still welcome. This is what I do. Well, these days, one of the things I do, we get together on Saturday mornings and we talk and we chat and we play and we make lists. At least that's what I do. I call that creative listing. So some of you guys do all different kinds of things. Some of you may have out your mixed media and you may be playing with that, which good for you. One of these days I will venture into that. My friend Vicky will definitely twist my arm. She's been trying for years. So one of these days. But anyhow, welcome. Just a couple housekeeping items. If you are new, welcome. If you're new, pop in the chat. When we're live, there is a chat that takes place over on, I don't know, on the right-hand side of my screen that I can see. And you'll see me kind of talking to some people and saying hello, but I know I'm getting distracted by what's over there. But that's a great place to just pop in and say hello, especially if you're new. It is a super, super, super wonderful group of people. Hi, Sam.
Good morning, Lyle.
What are you doing?
Saying hello to your friend.
Oh, okay. Hey. Sam wants to say hi, so hang on. Goofball. Anyhow, I'll keep talking while he literally just rolled out of bed, so he may need to get himself situated. Anyhow, we'll come back to Sam in a second. Now I'm totally distracted. Oh yes, no, if you're new, welcome. And this, friends, new or old, a lot of times that happens. We squirrel, my little squirrel friend Scatter will come into play because we're just all hanging out, and just as if we'd be together in person, we'd have squirrel moments. So now Sam is back, yes. So looking a little disheveled, but it's all good. I know.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
All right, are you going back to bed?
Yeah.
Okay. See ya. Sam and I had a nice little chat this morning, earlier. Anyhow, Mom
was almost late this morning.
I was... No. Whoops. So, sweetie, please leave that open. Just pick it back up. One of my tabletops for teaching was... There's French doors in my craft room. One of my tabletops for teaching was behind the door. Sam went to shut the door, and then that's the crash you heard. So... super professional here at the Concar household. Anyhow, I need that plugged back in, sweetie, okay? But the door, you guys, sorry. The door has to stay open. I will die. Or go grab my fan.
Why?
Don't even ask. Don't even ask.
I put
we almost, you guys, need to pause and then hit rewind and start all over again, but we won't do that. If you are watching the replay, then you may have just fast forwarded through all that. That's the behind the scenes that sometimes happens. Thank you, sweetie. No, I know you can't.
I put a ceiling fan in.
I know
your
you did,
office for a reason.
but it's attached to the light, and then the light casts shadows. So you and Daddy have to figure out how to fix that. Will you go get my fan downstairs,
Yes,
please?
I will.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna go shower.
Then leave the door open.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, friends. Woo! Okay.
Mama, was it seeing Sam?
Yes. Oh, yeah. They said, oh, they'll love it seeing Sam. Well, whether you loved seeing Sam or not, that just chaos ensues, right?
Well, they all do. I know it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyhow, let's get back to where we were, wherever that was. I need some breadcrumbs to remind me. Yes, I was talking about the chat, and that if you are new, that is a wonderful place to just hop in and say hello. Tell us who you are, tell us where you're from. Super friendly bunch. This group of people, and the group always varies depending on, I guess, what's happening. But it's a really great community that has kind of happened organically over the last year and a half or so from COVID. So even if you're not much of a chatter, just pop in and say hello, because it's always nice to see you. Yes, Mandy said Hurricane Sam. Exactly, Hurricane Sam. If you're watching the replay, welcome. Happy to have you. Even if you couldn't make it live, it's always fun to have everybody. Okay, a couple things. First of all, today's 9/11, right? And I should probably explain, because that is very much a date that is very significant for those of us that live in the United States. 9/11, 20 years ago, was when terrorists attacked our country in New York and in the Pentagon, and then on a flight on the way to the Pentagon. If you have kind of this time of year, every year they start playing a lot of things on TV, kind of recapping and going through that. It's so hard to believe it's been 20 years. I mean, it's unbelievable. It seems like yesterday. I was watching a little bit last night of, I actually turned something on that was, they were showing the news coverage from the first night of 9/11, and it's just so like shocking, and it takes you back. So we need to I need to say something about 9/11 and recognize that. So other than to say horrible event, and yeah, lots of people affected that day, and lots of people still in our hearts. Okay, sorry about that. Total change here, because I don't want to dwell on that. 2 words: gully washer. Have you guys ever heard that term, gully washer? We were having one this morning. It is pouring rain outside. So right before I started, it was thundering and lightning. We may have a little bit of that again. Lighting could be a little bit weird, but that's what's going on. A little gully washer here today, or at least this morning. But that's good, because we so desperately need the rain here in Utah. So desperately. Big time drought and fires and all the things. All right. You guys, there's so much stuff in the chat that I'm going to have to go back and read, because I want to see your comments, and I want to be able to read what you're saying about 9/11. But a bunch of it went past. So I will, when we're done, I will go back and read that, because I definitely want to read that. Yes, never forget. Oh goodness, Scrapbook Sister was working in New York that day. Just unbelievable. I'm sure we could all get together and just talk about that. Is one of those moments that I remember where I was when, right? Just so one of those things that's so impactful, that it's something that you never forget. And that's a good thing. We never want to forget that, right? We should not forget that. And all the people that risked their lives and lost their lives and saved other people's lives and so forth. Okay, so yes, gully washer I talked about. I mentioned really quickly, it's been a very good 24 hours. in the Concar household for the mom. That would be me. Nick is out of town. That's okay. Hold on. That's not a reason why it's good, but Nick was out of town. He comes home tonight. Nick's my husband. And yesterday evening, we got a text from our older son, Jack. Many of you know Jack, our older son. He's a chef up in Washington State. And he texted last night, I don't know, probably around 8 o'clock, and said, hey, I need some advice. I'm kind of struggling with something, and can I call you guys when I get off work? So he called last night at midnight, and Nick, my husband, out of town, conferenced me in, so the three of us were together. And it was just really, you know, as your kids grow older, if you have kids or grandkids or nieces or nephews or friends or whatever it is, as your kids grow older, it's really nice that it doesn't happen a lot when they reach out for advice. So I was so glad to stay up for that. And we had a great talk. To keep me awake, I started watching, one of my friends on Instagram had posted in her stories yesterday, I think, that she was watching something on Amazon Prime called Lula Rich. And it follows, it's like a documentary miniseries about the LuLaRoe craze and the company behind that. And oh my goodness. So I was never into LuLaRoe, so I really didn't know anything about it. But you heard a lot about it. You saw a lot of people like rabid fans about it. And so it's a really, really, really interesting documentary, even if you're not into that at all. Just a good documentary. Fascinating. Anyhow, I think at their height, it said they were like a somewhere between a $1 and a $2 billion company, which is crazy. Anyhow, so that's what I did to keep me awake, and now I have to go watch the rest of it. All right. So then, you guys, so that was Jack last night, and then this morning I was getting ready, and it was probably, I don't know, a little after 8, and Sam came up, and Sam is our younger, well, you met him. Sam's our younger son that is home briefly this summer, and he just started chatting, and we chatted for a while, which was really nice, because you don't, I don't know, they get older, and sometimes they just don't want to talk, and we don't get that opportunity often, even though he lives with us right now. So, good morning. All right, how is everybody this morning? I hope you are having a good morning or afternoon, or the next morning. So one of you mentioned that it's 2 in the morning, so you're actually already tomorrow instead of today. Okay, so a couple things. We have last week's giveaway. Last week's giveaway was this, the Cozy Days bundle. And I drew a comment this morning. That goes to Kathy Rodriguez. So Kathy, if you are on, welcome, and congratulations. If you are not on, well, that doesn't make sense because I'm talking to someone that's not here. I left Kathy a comment, replied to her comment. So that's what Kathy wins this week. Another giveaway, because we always do giveaways because it's fun, right? This was something that I ran across in my stash. I had actually, long story, but I have 2 of these. So, this is a 6x8 stamp set from Stamp Market. And I thought this would be a fun one to give away today because it kind of ties in a little bit with my first list that we're going to do. I won't be using this stamp. Well, I won't be using the stamp that I have that's just like this, but it kind of ties in. So, as always, the way that I do the giveaways, I ask you to leave a comment on the video. So not during the chat, leave a comment on the video after the fact, and you can't comment until the video is over. That's just a YouTube thing. Telling me one of your favorite things that you did this summer. That is one of our lists. I'll be making a list of some of my favorite things that happened over the summer. So leave a comment telling me one of your favorite things that you did or that happened this summer. And next Saturday morning, before we get started, I will draw for that stamp set. Oh yes, it's a good one. Lovely Plan said she loves that stamp. Yes, it's a good one. Hi, Ariana. Welcome, hun. Yeah, Shirley, pretty stamp. Yeah, Stamp Market does beautiful products, such beautiful products. Oh, Kathy, you are here. Yay, I love it. I love it when winners are here. So, congrats. All right. Hi, Jackie. Jackie's at the Paper Bunny in Las Vegas. Paper Bunny is a scrapbook store in Las Vegas. Oh, interesting little tidbit. I was supposed to teach there last year. That happened to a lot of things, right? COVID. So maybe one day I will work my way back there. I feel like I've missed so much in the chat. Oh, Kim and Mindy are chit-chatting, and I love their little relationship story. Mindy was from Washington State, Kim, Oklahoma. Mindy moved to Oklahoma, and they both kind of knew of each other just because of our Saturday listing sessions, and they've now actually gotten together a couple times in person, which I love. It's so cool. Hi, Kim. I know I was thinking about you last night. I'm like, I don't feel like I've heard Kim in a while. Heard in the chat. So, all right, you guys, and there is Nancy. All right, so one last thing before we get started. As the chat goes, especially when I'm talking like this, and you guys can see me, I cannot. It's so hard for me to look at the chat. So there's a ton that I miss. There's also stuff I miss as I start working or we start working. If that happens, please don't be sad and think that I don't like you or I'm ignoring you. Chances are I just didn't see your comment. And then if I did see it, I know what happened. I thought, oh, that's a great question. That's a great comment. I will come back to it. And then I totally forget. So if you have a question, still ask it in the chat because either I will see it or there will be other people in the chat that see it. They're great for responding and saying, oh, I think she said this, or I think she got this here, or remember that was back when, whatever it is. If I miss it, you can always put a comment in the chat again. If you put it in uppercase, sometimes I see that. Just like I see Mindy say, bah ha 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 ha, because I see all the uppercase. Sometimes the uppercase just kind of stands out. Okay. Colleen, yes, you're so good. Colleen, I did put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I will plug it in as soon as we flip the camera, because I can't plug it in until then, or else it gets all caught up when we flip. Okay. Yes, Kim, thank you. That's always forget that. Please give the video a thumbs up. That is super important. Also, you can subscribe. I know a lot of you just know that we're here on Saturdays, but I do videos outside of our Saturday time. So if you subscribe to the channel, then you get notified when something's come up. Speaking of something coming up, Monday. Is that what I'm doing it? No, tomorrow. Hello. The calendar on my wall tells me, my brain doesn't. The flip through of this. We looked at this last week. Not much was done. Look it. So I have about 10% more to go, but flip through, ooh, some of my placeholders. Flip through of this guy video on Monday. That's my December documented mini book project kit for this year. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and, we're going to flip in a second, but I just saw Miss Waddell is joining from her camper van. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. Now, total squirrel moment, but when I said camper van, it reminded me of, I don't know even when, a band at some point called Camper Van Beethoven. Do you guys remember that? Camper Van Beethoven. I couldn't even tell you what they sing, but I'm sure if I heard it, I would recognize it. Now, it's interesting. I might have to go do a little research when we're done because I wonder, I never really thought about where their name came from, but I wonder if Camper Van Beethoven, if there's some story behind a camper van. So, Miss Waddell, thank you for that squirrel moment that led me down that crazy path. Hi, Patty. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and just check in the chat really quick. That's why my eyes are over there. Let's go ahead and flip the camera. So hang tight because this is going to get a little bit bouncy and a little bit twisty, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Whee! Okay. Now I just got a text from somebody and then I got totally distracted. How do you curl your hair? It is always perfect. Oh my gosh, Kim, that is a total squirrel moment. That's hard for me to explain. I would have to show you. Basically, I take a curling iron, I am far too old school to try to do anything with a hair straightener. I don't know, what do you call it? You know, like the chi. I don't even know what it's called because I don't use it. Oh my heavens, my little light here. It's time for new lights. Okay, let's turn the lights on. Hair straightener? I don't know, whatever it is. But I don't use it. Flat iron, thank you, Kim. Yeah. I don't use a flat iron. I use an old school curling iron. And instead of, you know, putting it into the little clamper thing like you would normally do, I wrap it around the barrel instead of what's going on with my lights today? I wrap it around the barrel instead of through the little clampy thing. I don't know if that even helps or makes sense. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. When we're done, make a mental note, Lael. It's time to go buy some new lights from the Amazon store. All right. That's a little better. We're just going to have shadow today. We're just going to deal. All right. So let's first take a look at, well, thank you, Kim. It's super easy. All right, let's first take a look at, oh, here we go. See, maybe I better have one more sip of coffee before we get going. Okay, let's do that. Anyone need a coffee break or a tea break? Or actually, I shouldn't even say tea, I should say dirty water, because that's what tea is to me. A dirty water break, a tea break, whatever kind of break you need. Take one really quick while I take a sip. I don't know if Marie House is on today. If she is, Marie, look at what I'm drinking from. I better be careful not to spill that. My You Do You mug that Marie got for me. Isn't that fun? Because you know how I say you do you. Hi, Val. Val came to my house earlier this week to pick up her order. Okay, let's get going. After one more sip of coffee. Good morning, Bernice. All right, so I always like to start out by looking at our lists. Looking at our lists from last week. Now, good news is I have no migraine today. I can't even tell you how excited. That's very exciting. You know that, you know, your life is not too exciting when the most exciting thing happening in your day so far is that you have no migraine. So I'm rip roaring and ready to go. I bring that up because last Saturday, migraine, and I did not finish my lists during our session, but I did finish them this week. So let's take a look at our 3 lists from last week. So first list was about last month. It was about last month for August, and I used Happy Blooms collection. So I just came back in and added a couple of other things. On this one, because it was August and because I used some more pastel colors, I wanted to kind of break up the pastels a little bit. And I did that by using kind of a deeper yellow and then also pulling in a lot of green, little greenery. One thing that's really fun about Pink Fresh products, and Pink Fresh is the company that makes the Happy Blooms collection, is that they use similar color palettes on a lot of their collections. So I used Happy Blooms mainly, but then I went through some of their other products that I had and pulled in some things that would go because the color palettes were similar. Yes, so about last month. And one of the things I did this week, I put together an idea board for Andy. Andy is, well, lots of you know Andy. This is Andy. Andy makes the listed stamps for us. So I have her starting to work on a whole plan for about last month for 2022 using some stamps. So, all right, that was about last month. If you are new, let me just really quick say about last month, that is a list that I do the first Saturday of each new month, where I just kind of go recap what happened the prior month. So we did this last week, recapping August, always the exact same format with 5 photos and then just a run-on list of what happened. some things in my life, some things happening in the world, some things happening in our city or country or town or state, what have you. All right, next list was sitcom characters. When I finished this, so I did finish my list. I can't believe that I forgot this one because he's probably one of my favorites. And someone had left a comment on the video after the fact. I'm like, oh my gosh, duh, Ted Lasso, right? Ted Lasso. If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, and I think that's on HBO, if you haven't watched Ted Lasso, oh my gosh, so fun. You may be able to find it on Netflix now because it just started the second season. So sometimes you can find the first season on something else. Anyhow, photos over on the left, and then my little list over here on the right. And then I just kind of filled in with a couple stickers in and around, and a little bit of stamping, and then another little die cut. So that was our second list, sitcom characters, actually. I think maybe that was the third one. I don't remember. Third list or second list, family traditions. And this one I had not finished up either. So, but I was well on the way. I used, Peaceful Heart. I used the Peaceful Heart collection from Jen Hadfield. And so did a little stamping, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 listed 5 of our family traditions, and highlighted them with a colored pencil, just so what the tradition was stood out from all of my little journaling. So there we go. There we have our 3 lists from last week. Okay, so now for this week. Here we go. So our first list will be a 2-page list. Well, for me. It is a 2-page list. And what I thought I would do, this basically is kind of your favorite memories from the summer. So I think on the blog post I had called it favorite summer memories or something like that. But I've also done, generally every year, so for the last 2 years, last year and this year, I do a list about favorite summer memories, whether it was as an adult or as a child. I think I've done 2 different versions. But what I thought I would do, this list, is kind of a quick recap of some of my favorite memories of this summer. So I think what I might call it, we'll see when we get there, I might call this one About This Summer, because that kind of ties in with our About Last Month. So this might be About This Summer. I printed out a large photo, and that is the large photo I printed out. This was one of the things about our summer. So this summer, I have used, I went back and looked, but I have used large photos a couple of different times. And I don't do it very often, but it gives, I think, such a big impact when you can have a really large photo as part of your list or as part of your spread. Someone emailed me earlier this week, Sandra, I think maybe Sandra, and she said, how can I get a large photo? I here on my YouTube, no, not on my YouTube channel. Let's see. I need to, you know what? Every time I think I do this, I need to link it. You know what I'm going to do? I will do a blog post this weekend. I will do a blog post this weekend of several of my spreads where I have large photos, and then I will link to a video that Kathy Zilski did. So Kathy Zilski is a designer that's been in the industry forever and a day, super talented designer and graphic designer. But she did a blog post, I want to say last year, about how to do this with the Epson PictureMate printer, which you guys know, the Epson PictureMate PM400 is the one that I use all the time. That printer prints 3.5 by 5s, 4 by 6s, and 5 by 7s. But you can also print something like this because this is 5 inches wide. So The kind of limiting factor on that printer is the width, but not the height. So she walks through how to do something like this. She uses Photoshop. I use Photoshop to do it, but you could really use any photo editing software, and there are some free ones out there. Now, if you don't want to go to all that trouble, but you still want big impact with a large photo, persnicketyprints.com. I can't type it in the chat. Maybe someone can for me. Persnickety, PERSNICKETY, prints, PRINTS.com. Persnicketyprints.com. That's a local business here in Utah owned by Shari Pack. Anyhow, woman-owned business, small business, but they do amazing printing, and they use a different technology to print photos. And you can learn all about that when you go there. But they print a traveler's notebook size print. The only thing to be aware of if you are looking at those, they print a standard width. Hi, Francis. They print a standard width. All right. So standard width, we talk about this sometimes. Standard width is 4.25. Well, it's really 4.33, but we won't get into the nitty gritty. But standard width is narrower than the standard wide. I use standard wide. So just to kind of be aware of if you're using a standard wide insert for your listing, or even if maybe you're a scrapbooker and you want to do a 12 by 12 layout or spread, but you want to have a print with a bigger impact, then you could still do the traveler's notebook print and then just use it use it on your scrapbook page. But persnickety prints is awesome. Yes. All right. So using a large photo for impact, I did that in July. Okay. You guys saw Sam earlier, big grown up Sam. Well, this was Sam back in 2005. So long time ago. All right. This was another large impact photo that I did this summer. And this was from our trip to Bora Bora that we did this summer. So big impact photos, and that's what I'll be going with again today for my first list. So let's get this put away. You should have seen it last night. It was such a disaster in here in my craft room. The last couple of days, I have been working nonstop on my December documented project kit. Oh, Kim, you did. Yep, he popped in. Designing that, getting that done so it can start shipping a week from Monday. So half of my desk tabletop was December documented stuff, Christmas, and then the other half was all of this. Then in the middle of that, Vicky, my friend Vicky Booten, was keeping me company. She did her Friday Night Live last night, and so I had that on my iPad that I was listening to, so it was a disaster. I was going a little bit summer and a little bit Christmas, but now we're ready for summer. Well, summer for my list. All right, so photo. We will be using that large photo. I am going to be using a collection called Bungalow Lane. Kim, I know this is one of your favorites. So Bungalow Lane is a new collection from Paige Evans. I have it on my website. I have it linked in the description down below. It is, at first glance, it looks like it's just a really fun, kind of generic, everyday type collection. But when you start looking at it a little bit closer, it has a little bit of a split personality, which I love. I love it when collections have a split personality. That means you can use them for more than one thing, right? So I will be using the pad and some of the stickers in the sticker book, and that's what I've just been kind of going through there. And then the Floral Die Cuts. Oh my gosh. So this is interesting. I've had these products for a couple of weeks, and generally I don't open something until I'm ready to work with it, right? So yesterday when I opened up the Floral Die Cuts, oh my gosh, you guys, first of all, where's the package? Oh, that's the sticker one. I wanted to see how many, oh here, hold on, I'm almost there. How many are in there? Oh, 50. Okay, so look at all of these. All of these are part of the Floral Die Cut. So if you like flowers, like I do, or you like leaves, look at all these giant leaves. Just for, and I'll be using this guy, but just for scale. Look at how big some of these are. So that is giant, right? Now I know this has to go over here. But that is a really good size. Sometimes when we're working with things in our traveler's notebook, we're using really small little things, like maybe little things like this, but sometimes it's fun to have something big to have a big impact. So really awesome big flowers, leaves. What I like about this collection is that the split personality part of it, right? So if I start moving things into things I could use for fall, just based on color, right? Things I could use for fall over here, and then things I could use for summer. So, right, look, and this is all just based on color. That together, the orange and the pink, oh, be still my heart, and the orange and the brown. So I'm just separating, and really some of these can really go both ways, but I love it when I can have a collection like that that lets me, it has a little bit more life to it, right? When I say a little bit more life, it has a little bit more longevity because I can use it for summer projects. I can use it for everyday projects. Then I can also use it for fall projects. So I'm going to start using it today for fall, and then over the next couple of weeks, I will also, I'm going to start using it today for summer, kind of my summer wrap-up list. And then I will, next couple of weeks, start incorporating it into some of my fall lists. Yeah, it is gorgeous. Denise says her favorite color combo, pink and orange. I know, right? All of these, this is just, the colors in this are just so good, right? Pink and orange, pink and orange. All right. So I will be using some of those pieces, and those are just the floral die cuts. All right, so 2-page list. I will do this over here. Now, nothing in this collection says summer, right? Because it's not specifically a summer collection. So I wanted something for my title that said summer. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to go back to one of my summer collections that I used quite a bit this summer, which was Sun-Kissed. And in my little die cuts, I pulled this guy out. So this says summer fun, right? The fun part will not be going on my list because those colors don't coordinate with the colors I'm using. But you know what I can do? I can get out my little scissors and cut off the summer. So I can use the summer part of the title and then keep the fun part of the title to use for something different. So that's what I will do there. I pulled I pulled some of the puffy stickers because I thought I might use a heart or two there. And then I think that's pretty much all I will use of that guy for now. Something just fell. I don't know what that was. All right. The other thing that I pulled out, I used these, or this, I guess I should say. These are from Carrie Bradford. They are a printable, and she does one of these for each season. This is, I think they're called, this one's called Summer Mix, but there's Winter Mix and Autumn Mix and Spring Mix, and I think there's a Christmas Mix maybe. Anyhow, this I thought would be fun to cut out, and it's just a little printable, so you buy it and then just print it out on your printer. So I thought it might be fun to incorporate one of these little guys because then one of those would really tie in kind of with my title, just to pull in a little bit more black. So that is my plan for this list. Let's grab the trimmer and cut this guy down. Nicole, yes, Nicole said great way to store your collections. Let's talk about that for one quick sec because, you know, we talk about other things besides our list here. These are little pouches that I buy on Amazon. I have them linked in the description of the video. But when I get a new collection, this is how I work with it. I put everything, even the washi, into one of these little pouches, and it keeps everything together. Zips, so if I need to take that with me or throw it somewhere, I can. As I kind of get to the end of working with that particular collection, I'll start splitting things out. So I might take all the flowers that are in here and put them with the rest of the flowers that I like to work with. Or I might take colors. So maybe I have a blue pouch. I don't, but I'm just thinking of other ways. A blue pouch or I put things that are blue all together so that if I'm looking for a particular blue color, I'm not looking through all of my product. I can just look at my blue pouch and find what I need there. So Shrilly said I had the less posh Ziploc bag version. You guys, absolutely, whatever works for you, whether it's a big Ziploc bag or it's a pouch like this. I think for me, personally, the better my products are organized, the easier it is for me to work and the less frustration ensues. Am I right? If your stuff is everywhere and you don't know where it is and you don't feel like you have a good system for organizing your things, and this could be your socks, it could be your underwear, it could be your cleaning supplies, it could be, I don't know, your green and white colored shirts, if you like a lot of green and white, whatever it is. Knowing what you have is half the battle, or maybe it's, I should say, half the benefit, right? Because if you don't know what you have, you're not going to use it. You're just going to get frustrated because how many times have you been looking for that? Hold on, I was looking for Kleenex. How many times have you been looking for that one fill in the blank and you get so frustrated because you can't find it? So that's what works for me. I think the biggest though takeaway from that whole kind of organization segue, squirrel moment, is it needs to work for you, right? So if this is what I do with my collections and I store them all like this, and that's not how you think of things, then this wouldn't work for you. You would just still be frustrated and you'd be like, well, that was silly. I bought that thing and now I'm not going to use it because that doesn't work for me. So find something that works for you. And here's the other thing. When you find something that works for you, it may work for you today, it may work for you tomorrow, but a year from now, it may not work for you at all. So for me, it's a constant like organize, reorganize, because we change, right? The way we think about things change, the way we work change, the way we work changes. Yeah, so it's okay to organize and reorganize. Now, my glasses are filthy. Patty, I was thinking about you this morning, Patty, if you're still on. I love my progressives now. I remember you had reached out and asked me a while ago, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm struggling. But I'd say probably the last 4 months, they are, I wear them all waking hours, so that's good. Okay, now that we have those cleaned. Jill, oh good. Jill said, I ordered a whole bunch of those pouches based on Lael's suggestion. Finally got all of my collection supplies organized. Thanks for the great idea, Lael. Awesome. Awesome, Jill. All right, so here we go. Let's cut this guy down. I printed this. So this is 5 inches wide. I need to trim some of this off. It's 5 inches wide by 8.25 tall, right? Because that is the size of the insert that I use. All right, let's see how that works for us. Oh, where's my garbage? Oh, Sammy, come here. Will you hand me my garbage real quick, sweetie?
This box?
No, this box, no. Oh, no, that's not garbage. Oh, gosh. Anyhow, this box full of product for an event that I'm teaching at. Yeah, no, not garbage. Funny.
Well,
I know, Sam, it looks like garbage. Yeah. What? No, it's not. It's very nicely sitting on top. Love you, bye. Oh, Kim just said hello.
Hello, Kim.
Oh, he said hi, Kim. All right. Rounding corners. So I always like to round the corners. Well, some corners. Well, never mind. That didn't make sense. Actually, it did. Some corners. Here, I rounded the outside corners, but not the inside corners. So let's go ahead and adhere this guy. This is a photo that I took earlier this summer. My husband, Nick, and I drove. We live the base of the mountains. And so we drove up to one of the ski resorts, not far at all. It was probably 10, 12 minutes. We're very close. And we went hiking. This is something that we do up there every summer. The wildflowers up there are unbelievable. Unbelievable. And the views, and this is really what it looks like. the sky, the green, the colors. So depending on when you get up there, and it always depends on what the weather has been like and the snowfall and all the things. You either catch all the colors at the same time or you catch one of the colors. So here, yellow. There's always purple and white and red, and it's just stunningly beautiful. So that was one of my favorite memories of the summer. So it needs to be there. All right, let's take a look at, I think I'd like to use a pattern paper over here for my base. So let's see, I had pulled out a bunch of papers for my little flat lay photo, but let's look. So I'm just going to flip through here. Maybe the pink. And as oh, that's a fun one. Oh, I don't know. It might have to be that. Okay, let's do this. Maybe that one, because I need something a little, because it's the summer, right? I need something that's a little bit less heavy. And this combination right there, pink and navy, oh, that's my thing. So as I go through, you can see I talked about the split personality of the collection. A little bit softer pastels, and then some things that are a little bit more bold for fall. So like that, copper foil, isn't that awesome? All right. So let's see. Stars are cute, but not, oh, I don't know. This is a cute one too. So you can tell the color palette I'm leaning towards for this. I love this one too, the navy and the pink, but not for what I'm doing. Not for here. Now, this would be fun, but this would be too matchy-matchy because remember I said I was going to use one of, where'd it go? This guy, this big long piece of greenery. So, too matchy-matchy, having the greenery and a flower. Yeah, but that will get used for something because it's so pretty. All right. I think, oh, that's cute. Hearts with the copper. That's cute, but oh, let's just pull it out just in case. Oh, where's that green one? Ooh, hold on. Ah, there it is. Okay. All right, might be that green one because that green would pull in the color over here really well with the photo. All right. I think we have it narrowed down now. Narrowed down a little bit. All right, so we could do that. Oh, you know what? That green, so that green really, 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 I mean, that kind of screams summer, doesn't it? Maybe that. Then we'll have something like this over here, and then we'll have our white journaling block there. So I think, let's see, let's find a flower. Let's pick out the flower that I want to use because, of course, hello, flower. That could work. Because the yellow, right? We've got yellow there and yellow there. We could go a little bit of a contrast like that. That might be fun. There's too many decisions. That's too little. Okay, scale-wise. So I like that flower, but see the scale? This compared to the greenery or the stem is too small. So I think that tells us we need something larger like that. Something big. So let's keep looking. That's a pretty one, but that is definitely more fall to me than summer, right? All right. I think it's a nice thing too about the die cuts, the scale and the size. So there's some big ones, there's some little ones. So that's always good for layering. But I think that's what we'll start with. So let's, well, one of these. Right? One of those guys. Oh, I had pulled this out, this happiness and sunshine. So I'm going to use that somehow. Let's see. Use the yellow from the top of the paper. Ah, this guy, right? The product strip. So product strips, I actually talk about product strips a lot in the bi-monthly Traveler's Notebook classes that I do with the kit. We use 12 by 12 papers, and the product strip is the little strip of paper that is at the bottom of the paper that generally has like the barcode and stuff. So like these things. These I have set aside from my December documented project kit that I'm still working on. So product strip, but in a lot of cases, they have the pattern on the bottom. So the pattern, this is actually, in this particular piece of paper, what's on the back side. So you can see kind of what's going on. But these are great strips to keep because you can use them in your projects. These are good to keep as well from the paper pads. They're just a little bit harder to work with sometimes because they have that hole in the center. So if I wanted to use this and I wanted to put like this strip at the bottom, I could do that. I just would need to figure out where to put it so that I could cover up that little strip with something. All right, so this is going to be our base over here. So let's cut this guy down. All right. So this is 6 inches, right? Because I'm using a 6x8 pad. So 6x8, and I use almost 6x8 pads exclusively in my traveler's notebooks because the size is perfect, right? So we have just the height that we need, and we just cut off a little bit, and then it's the perfect size for what we are working with. All right, so I like to have a little bit of a white border. So if the width of my insert is 5 inches wide, if I cut this to 4 3/4 wide, let's see what that does. So that gives me a little bit of a white border, and that will be good. I'm happy with that because I'll then be putting some white here so I can do my journaling, or my journaling, my list. Journaling list, same thing. All right, so now round these corners. And that will go right there. All right, so I mentioned it's rainy, gloomy gully washer day today here in Utah. What about you guys? Oh gosh, my cuticles are a mess. After I say that, don't look. What about you guys? What is on your agenda today? What are you doing? Besides this? Well, if you're watching live. What are you doing besides hanging out with us? All right, let's grab some white cardstock. I always use 8.5 by 11 white cardstock because we said our inserts, our standard wide inserts are 8.25 inches tall. So usually, and I usually have a bunch of this already pre-cut when I am just, you know, working on my own, but I always like to go through this when we're together so you can see. So I only had to cut a 1/4 inch off, very little waste, right? Now I will rotate, and my standard wide inserts are 5 inches wide. So there's one, and there's one. So again, very little waste because I use 8.5 by 11. I think I have linked in the description of the video. I just get that from Amazon too. So that is the size of one of my insert pages. So sometimes I will make an entire list on that, and then that just goes right into my traveler's notebook. I won't do that in this case. So bring this guy back in again. Let's look at how we want to do our title. I will actually come in, and let's come in and fussy cut this little guy off. So I'll try to follow a little bit of the line. Like that. Okay, summer. Goodbye, fun. We're not having fun. We're not having you. So I think what I might do is have it kind of go over the top of my little journaling block like that. And then, I won't do about this summer. I already know, because that won't work. So I might just call this summer favorites. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But that is how I want to do part of that title. So let's go ahead now and trim this guy down. Let's see. Hold on, I missed some things. I know I missed a lot of things. Here's the thing that's so hard, because I want to know. I'm like, so what are you guys doing? And then I don't get to see any of it. Tracy, 70s and sunny in Iowa. Tulsa sunny. Tulsi. Kim is just hanging out playing. I love that. Snuggling grandbabies. Oh, Mindy, that's so fun. And watching some football. Oh, okay, big rivalry in Utah tonight. University of Utah versus BYU. So that's a big rivalry. Football-wise. Destashing. Oh, Mandy, I know that's a big one, right? Right. Fall, clean out all the pantry food. Oh, Nicole starting her first TN list book this weekend. Starting with her 49th birthday tomorrow. Oh, Nicole, happy birthday. That's exciting that it's your birthday. And it's also exciting that you're starting your first Traveler's Notebook list. I love that. Okay, going to a garage. Ooh, crafty garage sale. Only 97. Wow, lovely plans. That's very optimistic. Okay, all right. Power outage. Oh, golly. All right, okay. I'm getting too distracted. I can't do that because I could just read your comments all day, but I won't do that, our little chat. So let's just stop and let's get back to work here. All right. So I think this will be a good size, like that. And that'll sit there somewhere. All right, I think we're done with this for a bit. Now, Karen said something a bit ago about cutting off part of the leaves. So what we could do is, I don't know, we'll see. I kind of like how that just jumps right into the middle of the list, right? And then I just list around it. So that's kind of fun. If I feel like it's too much, I could come down here a bit and cut off this part and this part. So a lot of times I'll have things bleed off the edge. I like the look of having things, let's see, do I have one in here? Oh yeah, bleed off the edge. So this little die cut right here bleeds off the edge. It doesn't have to fit. You can cut, you can trim things. So we'll see what that kind of looks like. Now, flower wise. Oh, I think it might be that one. As much as I love these, oh golly. Oh golly jeepers, now I don't know. I don't know, there's just something, well, we have yellow here, so that kind of ties in, right? But this one, I don't know, I just kind of like that one. That really kind of screams summer to me, so it may be that. I just need to decide. I just need to make it happen. Oh, Palm Springs, that makes sense. Julie, ooh, walking the dog, Trader Joe's. Oh, gotta love Trader Joe's, right? Love, love, love me a Trader Joe's shopping trip. I actually think I'm gonna go with this just because it gives a little bit more contrast, right? It gives us a little bit more contrast. Alrighty, so let's do this. Let's now commit to this guy. And I think we'll go right about there. And then this little guy will live right about there, okay? I'm going to use my one of my glue pens here just because since this is a little bit narrower and there's some little places that I want to make sure to get my adhesive into, glue pen is great for that. That's another little thing I have on my, well, pretty much everything I use, you guys. Either I have it on my website or I've given you a link to where you can find it. If you have local scrapbook store, I always encourage you to shop small and shop local because that's super important. But if you don't, then, well, you know where to find me. In the link in the description. Yeah, no, but you know where to find me. Okay, so let's go ahead and outline because that always has to happen. with my handy dandy Sharpie. What we did here, don't be afraid to cut your stuff up like I did. We can still have fun. We're just going to have fun another time, right? Now, I mean, really, I could have used this here if I wanted, because it's not that, you know, out of the question for the color scheme, but it's going to take up too much room, and I don't want to do that. Alrighty, so I was kind of playing around with maybe having this be a little bit, one of the leaves sticking on above the flower. Wait, what did I do before? No, don't like it. I'm trying to follow this curve, but also make it so it's kind of right there. So it hides a little bit of the edge of the white. I think that's what we're going to do. So because I like that placement, I am just going to grab my little glue pen here and there. Just get part of that glued down. Now I can come in with my glue pen and get these other leaves done. And again, using the glue pen, using the glue pen because it'd be way hard to get my, hang on. It'd be way hard to get my tape runner in there. Kim, a mini book project. Well, yes, my dear. You missed this earlier. This guy that is, oops, look at, I almost have no joy. I almost have no joy. Yeah, that's December documented. That one starts shipping a week from Monday. And let me look at my calendar on the wall. Wednesday, I will share sneak peeks of 2 more brand new ones. One is, had to clean glue off my fingers there. One is Halloween and one is Disney. So, yes, coming. And then, well, lots coming. Oh, this one I'm so excited about. I know some of you joined Vicky on Friday nights on her Friday Night Live. Last night, she was talking a little bit about her brand new collection that she that revealed yesterday called Fernwood. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous. I have a project coming with that too. Actually, that will also make it into, I think, one of our Traveler's Notebooks coming up. One of the Traveler's Notebook project kits coming up later this year as well. You know what, Kim, go to my website and click on upcoming kits and classes, and that will tell you what is coming. All right. Bernice, it's a nice day in Chicago, partly. Hi, Joanne, just joining us. Welcome, welcome. All right, so now that I have that glued down, I can come in and cut off all the hanger offers because we don't want these. Generally, if I'm working on a mini book, I'm okay about having things kind of sticking out, but not in a traveler's notebook. And that's just me. I don't like things sticking out, so I will cut them off. One of the reasons is when you put your inserts in your traveler's notebook in the cover, then those things stick outside the cover, and then it's a little bit harder to deal with. All right, so what kind of turned out fun about that is this little leaf right here. It was connected, right? It was connected before I cut, and now it's kind of on its own. So I kind of like how that looks that way. All right, this guy can go, let's see if maybe this leaf comes on top of it a little bit. But I think this guy also needs to bleed off of the edge like that. Now, I am taking up a lot of room on my list, but that's okay because I still have plenty of room for writing. Actually, this is big enough. Let me just do this. Get that there. And then I'll come in a little bit more maybe with my glue pen here up at the top, but that's actually pretty good. Let's get a little bit of that along the side, like so. All right. Okay. Okay. I was just thinking about something that we've started watching. Wanda, this is the paper and the flower die cuts are from Bungalow Lane. So I've linked to those in the description of the video. That's a new Paige Evans collection. That is a really good cross between fall and summer. All right, so you know what I need? I need my stamp that doesn't exist yet, that says favorites, right? Because how perfect. Stamp a little favorites right there and then I'd be good to go. But it does not exist yet. So let's just use our pen. Summer favorites. There we go. Alrighty. This guy, Happiness and Sunshine. It is too wide. I mean, actually, if I trimmed it, it would be fine. Oh, maybe we just go down here. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. So let's just put that. Oh, I need to trim. I need to trim just because I don't, it's just me. But I don't love those things. Off with your head. All right, and let's put this right here. Like that. And I purposefully made that, ooh, hold on. I purposefully made that non-centered. Oh, come on, move it just a little bit. Just a little. Ah. Okay, there we go. I wanted that leaf to kind of be on top of that, just a tad. All right, so now let's look at some of the, oh, yes, the summer mix from Carrie Bradford. That's the printable. And move these guys. So generally what I do when I buy her little downloads like this, these little printables, I will print at home like 5 or 6 of these just so I have them. And really, if you're buying printables like that, it's not a bad thing to do, just so that you have them and maybe you have a little pouch that has all your summer product in it, or a drawer or something. If you have a number of these that you've already printed, then they're just ready to go. Sometimes if we don't have things ready like this, we don't use them, right? Because you're like, oh gosh, I don't want to have to do that and then print it and go find the cardstock and yada, yada, yada. All right, so I'm thinking, let's just try a couple of these. Let me get my smaller trimmer here. Once that I start cutting these apart, I haven't cut too many of them apart yet. They will need to either go in like a little baggie. Ooh, okay, don't cut like that. I almost just bisected. So I need to cut right here. Oh, not there either. Oh, here we go. I was looking for the one spot I could cut where I wouldn't bisect anything. Anyhow, cutting these all up and storing them in a little baggie or something. So that, or, you know, putting them in my pouch with my other summer products so that I know what I have. All right, so maybe, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use here. So I need to cut a few out and then we'll know. That one, that moment when summer shows itself, that could be fine. Fine. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. Oh, Joanne, I do too. Joanne said she loves using Carrie's printables. Well, you guys, no secret. I love using everything of Carrie's. All right, so let's see. That's also something like this. I don't know, I think her printables are like $2 or something. But then you have them. And then you have, you know, unlimited use. I always print on white, but you could even print on colored cardstock if you wanted, or... Okay, it's a summer state of mind. This is the other one I'm trying to go for right now. So let's see. All right. Oh, or that one. Okay, so let's just get this off to the side. Oh, grill food. Nope, that's not going to happen in this one. Oh, look at this one. Favorite view, front and center. Actually, I'm not done trimming because I like that one too. We'll just see. We'll see what we get here. Oh, Karen, I hate this trimmer. This is not my trimmer. I mean, it is my trimmer. This is not the trimmer I use. The big green one is the one I use. For a number of reasons. Well, I have this one because when I travel, if I need to take things with me, then this is portable. But this is not, oh wait, what did I want? Favorite view. Hello. No, this is not my favorite because the blades, right? You have to replace the blades often. Things just don't cut very straight. I mean, mostly that's because of the operator, not the trimmer. But I don't love it. And if you do, nothing wrong with it, especially if you're just starting, or if you are, you know, if you don't have a lot of space to store your things or to work, then it's a great trimmer. I just, you know, I use mine every single day, many, many, many times a day, because it's my job, right? It's my business. So I need to have something a little bit more sturdy. All right, so summer vibes. No. Favorite view, this one. I don't know. This might just kind of like it down here. Or maybe it just goes right here. I kind of like it there. And that just may be it. Favorite view, front and center. Summer state of mind. I think I like this guy. But what I want to do is, surprise, surprise, I don't need to outline this. It just needs to have a little bit more definition to it. This time always, it takes a steady hand. Butterfingers. You guys remember what that's from? I have to concentrate. Okay, there we go. All right, that is from Butterfingers Operation commercial years ago when I was a kid. The game show, the little game, the Operation game. Okay, I'm not quite going to put this guy down yet because we have this up here. This may need to come down here. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so now let's get ready for our list. Let's see what else we have over here. All right, ruler. Lovely plans. Is that what you mean in the ink smears? It didn't smear. I know, but sometimes, huh? Okay. Jill brought up something in response to, no, I don't want to line that. In response to Karen's question about the trimmer, a guillotine trimmer. So a guillotine trimmer is a trimmer that has, well, it's like this. This is a very small version of a guillotine trimmer. This, when the arm comes down like that, guillotine. What's nice about guillotine trimmers is they don't they don't have a blade like mine does, or like the orange one did, the other orange one. This is using metal on metal. So there's a piece of metal here. There's a piece of metal here. So that guillotine going down, the arm going down, gives you a really sharp cut every time. Trimmer, it's one of those things. Trimmer and adhesive, to me, they're necessary evils, right? You always have to have adhesive, because if you're sticking anything down, you need adhesive. Good adhesive is a good investment. Trimmer, same thing, necessary evil. You have to have one, and I think in my mind it's good to have a good one, because you know what they say. Oh my gosh, that just reminded me. You know what they say? That's a dadism. Buy cheap, buy twice. That's one of our next lists. You buy cheap, you buy twice. Yes, okay. So trimmer, good investment. All right, so now let's make our list. We're still messing with that guy. All right, so summer favorites. Getting distracted again. Little puffy sticker from Sunkissed. That's that little outlined heart. I think that can kind of go right there maybe. And then this will go in there. All right, time for the list. Time for the list. Oh, this one. I think Kathy said trim down the square on so there was less white paper. This guy, right? Yes, I could for sure do that. So it's just a little tiny square, and my little tiny square could maybe go down here or somewhere else, right? We'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's a great suggestion. Yeah, always, we can always cut things if they are working for what we need them to work for. Okay. And Joanne just brought up a really good point. Adhesive and trimmers are so different, and everyone has different preferences. Exactly, right? You might like Heinz ketchup, and I might like, I don't know, who else makes ketchup? Yeah, bad example. You might like Domino's pizza, and I might like Pizza Hut. Yeah. Still feeds us, still satisfies our pizza craving. It's just different, different preferences. Alrighty, so my summer favorites. Our trip to Bora Bora. That was a summer favorite. That was a 2021 favorite. I'm sure that'll be a decade favorite. Probably be a life favorite. There we go, Hunts. Thank you. Oh my gosh, Hunts and generic. Yes, generic is also a version of ketchup. Gosh, I don't know. If someone just popped in, they'd be like, "What in the heck is she talking about? Ketchup and liking ketchup?" Yeah. Okay, yes. So then another one. Lots of neighborhood parties and get-togethers. Really quick, I need a segue for a second. And I want to segue because when I sat down to put this list together, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Now, what happened this summer? Well, if you do the about last month list every month, right? This is what I did this morning. I'm like, oh, went back to June. Oh, yeah, look, I forgot that we did this. That was a fun thing. On my summer favorites list it goes. Then we go to July, and I'm like, oh, what happened? What happened in July? What was fun that I want to remember? Oh, July. Yeah, we went to the Garth Brooks concert for sure. So, you're about last month. It's my brain, right? It helps me remember. So I just went back and referenced, and there we go. I just had an idea. I am going to pull out, I think, my little yellow hearts. You can tell I like the yellow hearts. Missing row of yellow hearts. There's still some there. Oh, look at missing row. Oh, there's two there. Yes, I use yellow hearts often. I need to have chat with Doodlebug about just making a full sheet of yellow hearts. Yeah, no. Although, similar but different would be the trinkets, right? And these are too big. But there's almost my full sheet of yellow hearts, right? They're just bigger. Okay. What I'm thinking with the yellow hearts is one there. I'm just like separating the things in between and pulling in more of that yellow. If you're new with me, and just know that my favorite color these days is yellow, so it gets used a lot. All right. So I think what I will do, friends, for the most part, I'm just going to continue and finish my list. So I'm going to stop working on this list right now. I will come back at the end of our session today and I will finish. And so that, if you want to stick around, then you can, but you don't have to. That way I'm not spending forever on this list because we've been at it for a while. One last thing I'm going to do. I am going to outline the full spread, but I need 2 different markers to do that. So this side is paper. I can use my regular Sharpie to outline on the paper. But when I get to the photo side, I've talked about this before, but it's been a long time. And I actually used it last week, but you didn't know because I had just finished, or I finished it after the fact. I wrote on the photos, okay? So I wrote, that was Sam in 2005 in front of his birthday door, and that was Jack in 2007 in front of his birthday door. So I wrote on the photos. I have been scrapbooking for a long time, almost 25 years. Actually, it is 25 years. This pen, this Zig Photo Signature Pen, and I haven't linked to it in the video, but I will link to it. This is designed for writing on photos. If you've ever written on a photo before, let's see, where's my, oh, here we go. This is photo paper. I had just cut my photo off of the paper. So if I use a regular pen, a Sharpie is not bad, but I don't know, you won't really be able to see that, but I'm starting to have some space in my writing. Like, do you see the H? See how, it's really hard to see, but see how it's not writing very well on the photo paper? Because the photo paper is really, well, it just doesn't write well. If I were to take a non-permanent marker, let's just try this. Okay, so that one's going to smear some. The Sharpie is just a little bit. If I let both of those dry, I know the Sharpie's not going to smear. That one may. Hold on, let me just take this off. I've got black now on my hands from making that smear. Let me look and see if I have even a regular marker. Ooh, that's really fine tip. Hold on. That's just like a regular pen. That's really bad. I don't know that that would ever dry. Usually what happens, if I try to write, especially with a non-Sharpie, which is like a black marker, you get a lot more of this happening where there's spaces in my letters. If I use my photo marker, and I don't know what it is about it, how they make it, I don't know. How the ink is different. Oopsie. How the ink is different. But it's designed for writing on a photo. Whoopsie, got a little bit too close to the edge there. All right. Anyhow, now I have my double border. Okay. Kelly, morning. I love ketchup on home-grilled hamburgers. I put it on every bite. It's funny. Oh, Colleen, we can't be friends anymore. I agree, ketchup on hamburgers, and Karen and Colleen is gross. As for meatloaf, I actually put ketchup in the mix. Yes, ketchup goes in meatloaf. And then you eat, ketchup goes in meatloaf, and then you eat ketchup with the meatloaf after the fact. I'm a ketchup fan. Absolutely on hamburgers. Absolutely. All right, so we'll come back and finish this one at the end if you want to stick around. Okay, next list is also a 2-pager. Someone had reached out maybe a month or so ago and said, hey, these would be some fun list topics. And she sent me 4 or 5. And I said, oh my gosh, I love that. I love that you sent me list topics. I will incorporate them in the future. So incorporating now, a couple of them. So her suggestion was jobs that I would love to have and jobs that I would never have, right? And no, there's no judging here, friends. This is my list. You have your own list. There may be things on my list that jobs I would love to have, and you're like, are you kidding? What is wrong with you? Or there may be things on my jobs I'd never have list, and you're like, hello, that's my profession, and I love it. Don't be offended or sad if I said I wouldn't want that job, because it doesn't mean I think your job is horrible. It may mean I don't have the patience to ever do that job, so I couldn't have that job. Oh, fry sauce. Fry sauce. This list. Remember this list, what we're known for? I live in Utah, so my list was things we're known for in Utah. Fry sauce, fry sauce. Fry sauce is ketchup and mayonnaise mixed together. And it is so good. Oh, so good. On anything. Well, French fries, tater tots, onion rings, hamburgers. Yes, fry sauce. Jackie, yes, fry sauce. Okay, so my lists here. I am using, not necessarily an oldie but a goodie, but it seems old just because it's been a while. Gingham Foundry. So Gingham Foundry, beautiful navy and yellow. Navy and yellow I love together as well. I love navy and pink together. I love navy and yellow together. So this is some things I like in terms of, I'm just pulling out some washi. In terms of jobs I would like to have and jobs I could never have. So, oh, look at these. One of each of these need to go in the D-stash pile. Oh, look at, here's some more. What am I looking for? Oh, there we go. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I know why I have doubles in here, because I did a class with this. Okay. There's some washi, so I'm going to do stickers and washi. 2-page list, and they both have to do with jobs, right? So these are jobs I'd love to have, jobs I wouldn't like to have, or never have. I wouldn't say hate to have. I won't say love and hate, but I'll say jobs I'd love to have, and then jobs I'd never have instead of hate, just because I don't necessarily hate them. It's just they might not be the thing for me. So since they both have to do with jobs, what I thought I would do is maybe stamp jobs over here. Not the Steve Jobs variety. Stamp the word jobs over here and then have my list here and here. So I need to find an alphabet stamp that okay. As I'm just pulled out what happens to be handy, but these are all too big, so none of these will work. But while I have one of these, let's talk about what type of stamp that I'm looking for. Obviously an alphabet stamp, but this one I will not use a stamp like this because the J, look how far down the J would go, even if this was much smaller. The J is going to go down much further than the O would, and then the B would. B. So I need something that's all about the same height. So I won't use something that has a J that hangs down below, which probably means I will use something that's uppercase instead of lowercase. So let's find those. Here's another reason why having your product organized makes it much easier and much less frustrating. These are out of their little place they should be because these are newer. And when I have newer stamps, I like to keep them in a different place so I remember them. But I can come over here to the other side of my things and go to my little stamp organization area and pull out alphas. Bye, Ariana. Oh, look at Nick. Hi, honey. Nick is not golfing today. All right, so let's look. We know that's too small. That's too small. That's probably too small. Too small. This could work. Now, what's interesting, I had said that something like this wouldn't work, but the J is not going to go down too far, so that could work. You know what? Maybe this guy. These are the James alphabet. These I have on my website. Well, and these too, but... All right, we're going to try something. I'm going to do a test stamp with both of these, okay, and see. And then maybe one of these too, and that's... I don't know, maybe that... Decisions, right? Sometimes more is not better, right? Sometimes more is not better. All right, let's put these back. Hi, Teresa. Okay. Let's grab our little stamping book. Make up my mind already. Oh, dear. Not oh, dear like oh, no. Oh, dear like oh, honey. How long have we been married? How many times when we're getting ready to go somewhere? Should I wear this or this? Okay, what about this shoe or this shoe or this shoe? Okay, Nick, there's 3 different shoes. Let me stand on one leg and I'll put this leg up in the air like a flamingo. Okay, now this shoe, and I really am standing here putting my leg, you know, up in the air like I'm testing out shoes even though he's not here. Yeah, decisions sometimes are not my forte. All right, but what we can do is figure out what color ink we want to use, and I think I already know. I used this last week, but fossilized amber, I think will go with whatever. Wait, where did it go? Oh, this. I think fossilized amber. Yes. Or not. Okay, hold on. I'm just thinking, they're all black and look exactly alike. Oh, okay. While I'm looking, I'm going to go to the blue section here for a minute, friends. I'm going to tell you a little story. So Nick and I went to a wedding this summer in Ohio. It was his boss was getting married. And so we went to the wedding and, you know, maybe chipped sapphire. I'm looking for a blue too. So the blue... So I might be trying to match. Oh, no. Okay, so this, when you look at it here, is much darker. Yeah, we better stick back to fossilized amber. Oh, heavens, I'm trying to talk and work at the same time. That doesn't work so well. Let's grab that. Here we go. And let's grab this. Okay. Anyhow, so I had shopped online and bought like 5 different black dresses, and I was trying on the black dresses, and he's like, his eyes are glazing over. He's like, okay, that's fine. Okay, that one's fine. Okay, that one. And I'm like, Nick, pay attention. So he's like, okay, that's a good one. So then shoes, they were all black, and I think I ordered, I'm not kidding you, probably 8 different pair of black shoes because I wanted a certain thing. I'm tall as it is. I'm 5'8". I used to be 5'10", so I'm not sure what happened. 5'8", and I can't wear heels, like really spiky heels. That's just not my thing. And I would fall over and then I'd tower over everyone. And I don't like to do that. So I was looking for like a wedge heel, open toe, little strappy around the ankle. And so literally, I think I bought 10 different pair. And I tried them all on. And I'm like, okay, Nick, what about this one? What about this one? And after about 5 minutes, he's like, why did you buy 10 pair of the exact same shoe? I'm like, Nick, they're not the exact same. See, look at this one's different. This one, the buckle's over here. And this one, see, it's a little bit more pointed toe. And this one's a little bit higher. And he looks at me and shakes his head like, oh my help. I don't even know. And then, yeah. So all of that to say, when Nick says make up your mind already, he knows me. And he knows that is not necessarily easy to do. But guess what, Nick? I'm sure there are many people out there that are watching like me that have a hard time making up their mind. And so sometimes it's helpful to go through the process of why this one works better than that one. And that's what we're doing, okay? So Nick, you stick to your lane, which is, I don't know, golf or something. I'll stick to my lane. We'll each be in our own lanes. Although I do joke, I think it would be really funny if one of these days Nick came in and tried to do one of our lists. I think we should rally for that, don't you guys? Try to make him do that. Okay. J-O, I'm not sure. I don't know. Sometimes some things come very easy and sometimes not so much. Jobs. This could work. This one could work, but it might not because we might need to do something a little bit more. Let me move this. A little bit more in line with the letter stickers I'm going to use. And this is pretty small. Actually, it would be over here, so let's look. Jobs. Hi, Vicky. We were talking about you earlier, my dear. Okay, so jobs. Now, this is, well, all right. So this is what I might do now that I'm thinking. I think it could be fun to do jobs I'd love to have and jobs I'd never have. And stamp along both sides. Jobs I'd love to have, jobs I'd never have. Or we could do this, stamp on one side here, stamp here. I don't know. If I have enough, let's just pretend. Let's look and see what this would look like. Really, what I would need to do here is get out the Mac Daddy ruler, like a big ruler. Hang on. Hang on. Get out the big ruler because I'd want this to all kind of be centered. Oh, I don't know, friends. Well, we're just going to experiment. We'll play. So normally I take out my little ruler, right? Normally I take out my little ruler because it's much easier to work with a little ruler in a smaller space than it is the big one. But I need the big one because I'm going down the side. So let's just try. Oh, Jackie, we'll miss seeing you too, even though it's virtual. Vicki and I are both teaching at a virtual event later this month called Ready, Set, Create. Normally, it is, it's an annual event. Normally, what is normal anymore, right? Normally, it is in person in Southern California. This will be the second year that it is virtual. Jobs. So normally, that's one of the times that Vicki and I get to see each other. But not this year. Normally, there's a lot of times Vicki and I get to see each other, but not this year. Not last year. One of these years, jobs, oh, look at, okay. So this D pops out. The O does not pop out. Okay, so as I'm doing this, because this is just going to take a while, you guys tell me, tell me, what is on your jobs I'd love to have list? What is on your jobs I'd love to have list? And remember, no judging. If you would love to be a ditch digger, well, then that's okay. Because that's your thing. You would like to do that. And I'm sure you have a very good reason that you'd like to do that. Disney cast member. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, Lovely Plans. Okay, so Lovely Plans just said, please talk about the ink holder on your desk. So I bought those from my friend Jen Shirkus. Jen has a website, and I finally bought them from her because she had them in stock. Ink Stand Shop. If you go to inkstandshop.com, that is a small business. A woman owns that little business, and she had a need, right? She was working with her stamping blocks, and they were moving around and all over the place. So she had her husband make this for you. There we go. Thank you, Vicki Brienne. So she had her husband make one for her, and it solved her needs. So they now manufacture these. There are 3 sizes. So there's the square size, there's the rectangle size. There's also the little square size, like a little square ink pad. But what's really cool? Okay, hold on. Let's get that out. That's the opposite side. Magnets. Hold on. There we go. They magnet together. Ding, ding, ding. They magnet together. So if you have a bunch, then they're all on your thing and they're not all moving around. Now, where they really come into handy, where they really come in handy is when you're doing something like this. When you have your blending brush and you are doing this to try to ink it up, then it's not moving all over the place. So they're fun. That is inkstandshop.com. So you can get them directly from her if they have them in stock. Or you can try Jen Shirkus, JENNSHURKUS. I think that's .com. All right, where are we? Imagineer at Disney. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds like a fun one. A Disney cast member. That sounds fun too. Belly dancer. Oh, Vicky. So Vicky's starting to do belly dancing, which I think is so cool. Now, if you know Lael and you know Vicky, and you've ever seen us both dance together at the same time, it is not pretty. And when I say not pretty, one of us is not a dancer. And I'll have you guess which one of us that is. That would be me. I did not get that gene. What happened to the lid to that? I did not get that. Oh, here it is. I did not get that gene. Vicky, on the other hand, got that gene. Let me tell you, she can move like nobody's business. But Vicky, last night or this morning, so on Vicky's Facebook Live last night, she was talking about belly dancing, and as she was working, because as we work, we just chit chat. Jobs I'd love to have. She was talking about belly dancing. So then last night, Vicky, I was on Instagram after that, and somehow a Reels popped up or something, and it was this lady showing how to, like, the top 3 biggest mistakes that people make when belly dancing. Now, first of all, how in the world, and this just happens, right? You're talking about ketchup, right? Guess what's going to happen? Later today, we're all going to have a ketchup ad on our Facebook because things listen, right? Things just listen. Oh, now look at this. Now that we got all the way there, jobs oopsie, not 2 E's. I'd love to have. That may not fit, right? Jobs I'd love to have. I don't think it's going to fit. So, jobs I'd love. There we go. I don't need to have. That works. Okay. Anyhow, it was really funny because, if you try to belly dance, the first thing I learned in her 1-minute reel is you don't move your head. Your head stays still. And the second thing I learned is you don't move your shoulders either. Your shoulders and your head stay still. And if you could see me like tilting back and forth. Then she said, you lift up one leg, like you tap I don't know. Anyhow, I will not be a belly dancer ever because it's just, I know I can't do it. But I thought it was very interesting that it knew what was going on. It heard, somehow it was listening when I was listening to Vicky. And so then it thought I might be interested in belly dancing. Oh, I'm sure it's a workout. The coolest part is those little skirts that have the bells on them, right? Okay. So, yes, Vicky, what on Vicky's list would be belly dancer. She'd love to have a job as a belly dancer. And a Zumba instructor. I know she'd like to have that job too, huh? How about dream jobs? Oh, yeah. There we go. Jobs I'd love. Dream jobs. I know, but then here, oh, jobs I'd love. Oh, my heavens. All right, so here's the deal. Jobs I'd love would have to be here, and then jobs I'd never have would be over here. So I think, I don't know if jobs I'd never have. Jobs I'd love and never have, and never have, and never have, and never have could go here. Let's try that. I just got to do it, right? Let's just get it done. Just get it done. All right, so now here's the little ruler trick. I lined them up all on there, and I decide where I want them to go, and I want these guys to be right here. So I'm just going to now press down on all of those little stickers, and they're cardstock, so they're a little bit thicker, so sometimes they'll pop off a little bit, but then we just place them where we need them to go. And then don't worry, I'll put an apostrophe next to the D. And I'd love to have. Jobs, I'd, okay, I-O. All right, my B is a little bit crooked, so let's fix that. Uh-oh, not that. Jobs not for me, that would work too. There you go, Nancy. See, that's a perfect one. Nancy said, I'd love to sing, but I'd never be a singer because I can't sing well. So that's a kind of thing, like singer would be on my I'd never have list because I can't sing well. But it can still be on your list if you want. And this, I need to just glue down a little bit because when I tried to move that, I separated the sticker from the sticky. All right, jobs I'd love. All right, so now we need to fashion. Oh, I'm not going to worry about fashioning. We're just going to do this. Jobs I'd love. And then we'll just do this and get us 3 little dots. Okay, jobs I'd love. And this one. I'm still trying to figure out. So, jobs not for me. That works, right? I have enough room for that. Jobs not for me. Oh, but it'd be like this. No, I want it to be like this. Jobs not for me. All right, but I need to try something because I know I want this to go over here. Which could cause a problem. Or this could say dot, 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 and not for me. That's what I'll do, because then I have enough room. And not for me. I think I can fix that. So let's put that there. And that lovely sticker. Now I need... Where'd my scissors go? Oh, where they belong. That's another Nick thing. Nick, have you seen my shoes? I don't know. Did you look where they belong? That I hate. Have you seen my purse? I don't know. Did you look where it should go? Where it goes? Did you look where it goes? Yeah. Okay, so our third list, and we're still working on the second one, but our third list, I'm calling dadisms. All right? So I also could do a Nickism because there would be things like that. I don't know. Did you look where it goes? That would be on a Nickism list. All right. Okay, hang on. All right, so and never have is going to be over here. So now we can take this part off. Okay. I miss it. Is the S low? You know, I don't, might be a tad low, maybe a tad. Oh, you know what? It is. So it's interesting. When I work, I'm working with things far out in front of me. So you guys can see them, but I'm back here. Well, you can't see where I am. I'm back. There we go. That's a little better. So I don't quite have a bird's eye view. All right. All right. So before I had stamped, and I stamped for a couple of reasons. I did a test stamp. Test stamp, number one, make sure that I spelled something right. It made sure that things were straight. It also primed the stamp. So these stamps, these letters I hadn't used before, right? Had not used those before. So it's always a good idea to prime your stamp first. If you prime first, then usually get a better coverage. All right, so jobs back here. Now we're doing and never have. But for this, I want to swap out the larger, ooh, let's see. Oh, here we go. This will save me room if I use the ampersand and never have, right? Oh, okay, so here's the deal. If I went around the corner, jobs I love, and then I did and never have, then it might be confusing because this side has both on it. N-E, V, all right. Let me use this. This is easier to place with my tweezers. Nope. Okay, N-E-V-E. I need another E, but I don't have another E. So what I'm going to do is plop this guy in here because I know that's where I will need to stamp it, and then I can keep going. Now I can add my R. So I know that I've given myself exactly enough room for that. And never have. All right, and then I'll have an E at the end, but that's okay. I don't need to worry about the spacing there. Oh, and I need another V. So here we go. And never have. So let's test stamp that. I've got too many things in the way now. This yellow fossilized amber is a good one. Okay. Job's not for me. Job's not for me. So, and never have. So, jobs I love, jobs not for me. Okay, so the question is, I know I can fit the, oh, look it. Okay, hang on. Let's look at something here. This is all part of what we do, right? To figure out if something's going to work. So, and never have. Oops. And not for me. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I was tight on room, right? Or I was tight on space. If I'm going with and never have over here, then I kind of don't have enough room. My have is going to run. I'm not going to have enough room. So if I do and not for me, one fewer letters, so that will probably work better. So, L, thank you. And actually, also thank you to Scrapbook Sister 70 because I totally missed Elle's. I missed when Elle said that. Ellie. Oh, I think we had this conversation last week, did we? I don't remember. Migraine brain last week, so I apologize, but I think it's ringing a bell. The stamping blocks, yes, Terry. I love them. I think they are awesome. And you know what's funny? Golly, early last year in COVID, someone on a Saturday said, hey, I was using some stamping block. And she goes, hey, have you ever used the ones by Fiskars that are the nesting ones? And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I will look. And so I went and bought them for myself. And I'm like, yeah, like these. And so now I sell them on my website. What's nice about them is they are nesting, right? So you one little package that has 4 different size stamping blocks. They have little grid lines on them, so it helps you to line up all your letters or whatever you're trying to line up. And they're clear, right? Clear is really important so that you can see where you're stamping. And not, we can change our mind, right? Oh my heavens, if Nick was here, still he'd be like, are you freaking kidding me? And I'd be like, no, I'm not. And not for me. Again, do you know me? Again, how long have we been married? 26 years. And not for me. So he knows me. Oh boy, does he know me. And not for, okay, we need our O again. Swap that out like that for spacing. Not for me. So we talk about stamps versus letter stickers sometimes. Stamps are nice because you can pretty much spell anything you need and never worry about running out of a letter that you need, right? A bit more of an investment for sure when it comes to stamps. However, you always have exactly what you need, and you can also make whatever color you need, right? So it takes more time than alphabet stickers, a little bit more expensive, but you always get what you want. So I do both. You guys know that. In fact, this one list has both. It has alphabet stickers, has stickers and stamp. Golly, my stacks are getting way, way, way too tall. All right. Now let's try this one. And not for me. Yep. So it's one less and not for me. Okay. I think it's good. Yes, Shrilly. It is, these are linked, the stamping blocks are linked under in the description of the video where I say products used this week, or you can just go to my website and search for stamping block or Fiskars and you'll find it. Okay, where's my list? Okay, and not for me. So, if I was smart, what would I have done, friends? I know, I was so excited just to get this down. If I was smart, I would have waited, but I didn't. I know, oopsie, right through the paper underneath, but that's okay because I'm already going to have to put another piece of paper down when I do the list on the other side of this because of the stamping. So I'm not really worried, but this is an example of why you shouldn't jump the gun like I did and put a decorative element down before you have done what you needed to do, like add my title. Yes, I know if I had undo, this would not be as big of an issue at this point. I'm just going to shred everything that's underneath it, except, oh, well, yeah. I made a mess, but that's a learning, that is a teaching moment, right? It's a learning moment. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. And I'm not worried because what I will end up doing over here, well, this is probably going to be an example over here where I put down one of, a whole piece of pattern paper, like all the way, well, it'll be fine. Don't worry. Don't you worry your pretty little head. That's what Nick says. Don't you worry your pretty little head. Okay. All right, so tomorrow night, guess what I'm doing tomorrow night with some friends? Outdoor concert, very small venue. Wear a mask on the way in until you're seated, and then mask off while you're eating and drinking. At a beautiful garden arboretum area called Red Butte here in Utah. Kenny Loggins. Oh, Kenny Loggins. Oh, yes. And so Pretty Paper Obsession just had a great suggestion too. She said, yes, you can glue those papers together. And I did that in my last Traveler's Notebook insert, because sometimes you just have to do that. All right, let's get this ready. Let's get this going. And not for me. I think we'll go right there. Kenny Loggins. Yes. I love Kenny Loggins from many, many years ago. The friends that I'm going with, my friend Karen and Sherry, they're the ones that we vacation with. Our kids have grown up together, husbands, fraternity brothers. Sherry and I were sorority sisters. Anyhow, when we were all having kids at the same time-ish, same-ish time, within a couple of years, there was a CD. That was a long time ago. There was a CD, Kenny Loggins, called Return to Pooh Corner. Pooh, P-O-O-H, like Winnie the Pooh. And it is a kid's kind of lullabies and things. Oh my gosh, yes. Love, 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 love. So we're hoping that he sings some of those. We're really hoping, but yes. And if you don't know Kenny Loggins, if you know the movie Top Gun, you know that Fly Into the Danger Zone song from that? Yeah, that's Kenny Loggins. And if you know the movie Caddyshack, the theme song from that, when the little gopher's dancing, I'm all right. Yeah, and I'm not a singer, just so you know. And that is on my, that actually happens to be and not for me list. All right, so what I'm doing, I'm keeping the word not. So my O was over here with 4, but my spacing I knew was okay because I first put my O down for not and then moved it over to 4. I'm going to keep the N and the T on there. Maybe. No, actually I'm not. Because I don't want to get ink on them again. Because if I get ink on them again, then it won't work out. If I was using my Misty, then this would be a little bit easier, but not using my Misty. All right, now let's just see. Let's just see. Okay, there we go. You'll never know. You'll never know it wasn't there. Yes, Footloose. Oh, the UPS man's here. He was the theme song king. Footloose. I totally forgot about that. Here's a little tidbit of trivia. I think it also was in my what we're known for list in Utah. Footloose was filmed here in Utah. Yes. One of our favorite Kenny Loggins songs, Pooh's Corner. Yes. Return to Pooh's Corner. Also, yes, a very good one. Jobs I'd love and not for me. All right, so now let's get this ink out of the way because that's just an accident waiting to happen, isn't it? I'll end up with that everywhere. And put this back in my not alphabetical order, in my Roy G. Biv order. All right, so now this needs to come, this needs to come back down. Ooh, what a mess. What a mess. This will come about right here. Oh boy, okay, so, well, no one will just look too close, okay? Because some of the paper came up there as well. So nobody look too close. You'll never know. They'll never know. All right, here we go. Cut this off. Oh, it's getting very warm in here all of a sudden. I'm sure that's partly because it was raining And partly because... Ah, Mary Lee, yes, it's you. Okay, so I was saying earlier that someone had emailed me and said, hey, these would be some fun lists. And I couldn't remember who it was. And it was you, Mary Lee. Yes, thank you. Yes, very fun lists. So Mary Lee, you'll have to tell us what would be on your list. I kind of remember. Oh, no, you know what I'm getting it confused with? I'm visually seeing the notes that I had made when you emailed me that. I'm visually seeing Laura Ingalls Wilder, which is not, does not pertain to this list, but it would pertain to, what did I do there? It pertains to another list suggestion that you had. Karen, your printer. I don't know what to tell you, friend. I don't know what to tell you. Your new printer's not working anymore? What happened? I don't know what you got. I think maybe. Okay, I'm going to be the one to say it. Of course, because you know what? This would be Nick. Nick's the comedian. He would say, maybe it's not the printers. No, I'm just teasing you. Everyone's a comedian, huh? All right, here we go. This will, come on. All right, jobs I'd love and not for me. Wow, that was like the longest ever. That took forever, didn't it? But you know what? Sometimes it's just what happened, right? Sometimes it's what happens. It just takes a little bit longer because we have to try some different things and then we rip our paper and then, you know, it all happens. Okay, oh, really quick. Let me get this just cleaned off and get that put away. Because if I don't put that away now, you know what's going to happen? That little O is going to escape somewhere. That O will escape, and then later I'll be trying to spell a word, and it won't have an O, and I will be oh so sad. Oh, so sad. An HP Tango. I don't know what that is. All right. Where? Okay, well. Oh, here it is. Put these guys away. And then we'll just get them back in. There. So while I'm just putting these two things away really quick, I told you that I was watching the Lula Rich. Vicki, if you're still on, you need to watch that on Amazon or on Prime Video or whatever. Lula Rich. So good. So like fascinating. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's really happening and that happened. Lula Rich. But we also have watched, we've watched lots of things lately. We've also watched something called Movies That Made Us. Have you guys heard of that one? I think that's a Netflix one. Movies That Made Us. And it is about the making of some classic movies like Dirty Dancing. So it goes into how the movie was made, the behind the scenes. It's very cool. Dirty Dancing, Forrest Gump, Jurassic Park, something else, I don't remember. Anyhow, that's a really good one too. If you have your list or you're getting your list ready of things that you might want to be ready for the winter months when it starts to get a little chilly. Okay, so washi. Okay, so my only sunshine, you are my sunshine. That will not work. So what I was thinking is this could kind of be like washi, right? This is what I do with product strips too. This is a sticker, so I just tear the end so it makes it look like it's washi, because it's kind of the same width as washi. And then we'll put this guy right about here. And we're gonna lift our sticker again. Okay, there we go. Now I need something else to go right here. Maybe this little guy. Oh, guess what? If I have another one of those, nope. This is what needs to go right here because that can cover up the torn paper. We can always fix something. There we go. That covers up the torn paper. Now I need, what if we just take this little guy and this little guy just kind of tucks right in here because I just have a little bit of space. Sure, that works. And then let's look for maybe something like this. Could go kind of right here. There, it just kind of fills in that space a little bit. All right, so now let's make our list. Jobs I'd love and not for me. All right, jobs I'd love. How do I want to, where's my list? I need another stamp. And the stamp I would like to have is No Mistake in Art. Yes, Denise, you are correct. Movies That Made Us. Bridget says she's been watching that with her husband. Yeah, it's really good. Add that to your watch list. Okay, another one that we have been watching. Very interesting. Oh, well, there's two. One we finished is, that's like our thing. We usually start watching something about 9 at night. Kind of a wind down. So we just, Clickbait. Oh boy, Clickbait. That's a good one. And also, we've been watching Flight Attendant with Kylie Kuko? Kylie Kuko? Anyhow, from Big Bang Theory. Oh my gosh, that one is kind of crazy. All right, so let's start with, which one of these do we want to use? I'm pulling out Scattered Thoughts and using some, well, we'll find one of the bullets to use from there. That's another stamp set I have in mind. All right, so maybe this guy, this would kind of work. It's a little flower. So I think we could use yellow again because we like the yellows after I put it away. Just talk to myself. So what's interesting, what's fun? When I watched Vicky's Facebook Live last night, I was working. I was getting ready for today. I was sending out the email for today. I was adding some new products to the website. Ooh, Simple Vintage Country Harvest being one of them, or several of them. All right. That could work. Oh yeah, that'll be cute. Those kind of little yellow flowers. Little yellow flowers. So that's what we will use. Oh, and then after that, I put everything away and then was working on my December documented project kit because I got to get that done. Anyhow, it was really fun because Nick's out of town until tonight. And so I was by myself. And I think we might start right here. It was just nice to have companionship. It's nice to have Vicky in the background, right? Listening to her, and I wasn't working on what she was working on, but it was fun to have that to keep me company. So I think now I understand a little bit better what you guys mean when you tell me that some of you don't list and you're not doing anything crafty. You're just driving, or you are cleaning the house, or you're working, or whatever it is. And it's just kind of someone to keep you company. So now I totally get it. I get it. Okay. Jobs I'd love. A florist. Always thought it would be really fun to be a florist. To work with beautiful flowers every day and to just kind of arrange, right? And I'm sure there are negative parts to that job, but I only look for the positives on my jobs I'd love list, right? So I'd like to be a florist. And then just think, the day-old flowers, like day-old bread, would be fun because you get to bring them home. All right, florist. I would also like to be an interior designer. I like to decorate and buy and redecorate and decorate and decorate and decorate. And I like to do that at my house. So that would be fun. Now that we're finally getting to the list, you guys tell me, what are things on your list? What jobs you'd like to have? I think it would be really fun to be an author. My only problem is I am not a detail-oriented person. Well, and sometimes I am, but not with that. I would have a heck of a time trying to take 18 pages to describe the color of the green grass, right? But that's what makes some authors so good. A published author, there we go. Oh, Kelly, I love that. My mom always said when she retired, she wanted to deliver flowers because everyone was always happy to see you. Oh, that's a great one. Photographer for National Geographic. Oh, Jackie. Yep. So this would be on Jackie's and not for me. Her husband, water and sewer maintenance for the city. Yes, that would be tough, right? That would be tough. Okay, so there's some more things going on my list now, okay? The National Geographic. I like that one. That would be a good one. And then, an art therapist. That's interesting, Bridget. That would be fun, for sure. All right, here's another one. I think it would be fun to be a second grade teacher. Now, here's the deal. Not a kindergarten teacher, not a third grade teacher, absolutely not a 7th or 8th grade teacher. Second grade, because I think the kids, they're a little bit older than my kindergarten. They're a little bit more behaved, maybe. But they're also not to the age yet where they just love you, right? Second grade teacher, they just love you. They think you're awesome. Little girls want to be your best friend. The little boys have a crush on you. You're just like it. So second grade teacher. This would be fun too. A fashion consultant. I think that would be fun. I know that would be on Vicky's list. Vicky and I both like to shop, and so you get us together, then it's watch out. But she is really good about when we shop. Here, try this on. Here, try this on. And I'd be like, no, I would never wear that. And she goes, just trust me. And like she shoves it into the dressing room and you have to try it on. Well, sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's really good. You never would try it on, but Vicky is there and she makes you try it on and you're like, oh my gosh, I never would buy that. But then you try it on and it's the perfect thing. So yes, fashion consultant would be fun. I think it could be fun in certain circumstances to be a reporter. Now, I know these days that's probably very controversial because the media, but I think it could be fun. This I also think would be lots of fun. A sports announcer. They just get so excited, right? They get so excited. And good ones, good sports announcers are really good, right? I mean, the play-by-play, and they know their sport inside and out, and they know the players, and I think that would be fun, a sports announcer. I also think it would be fun to be a wedding planner. But only for the non-Bridezilla brides, right? You guys remember that show from years ago called Bridezilla on TBS, or I don't know what it was, whatever. But some cable, but no Bridezillas. But it could be fun to be a wedding planner. It would tie in with my florist and probably my fashion consultant. This one, all day long. A sommelier. Sommelier is a wine guy. Well, and a wine girl, a wine lady. It's a wine person. A wine person. Okay, there we go. Let's be politically correct. It's a wine person. If you like wine, And if sommelier might be on your list, I would encourage you to go find a show on Netflix called Somm. Somm, as in SOMM, short for sommelier, SOMM. It's a documentary. It follows like 4 or 5 guys that are in the process of studying for and taking a master sommelier test. They say it is harder than the LSAT or the MCAT or any SAT, CAT, FAT hats. They study for years and quit their real jobs, and that is what they study for. So it's very, very, very specialized, obviously, a master sommelier, but there are only a couple hundred, I think, in the whole world that have the master sommelier certification. So it's good. It's interesting. Sommelier, Somm, SOMM. If that interests you, go find that because it's good. Yes, Scrapbook Sista, food critic, also on my list. So this is funny, and we're just chit-chatting, so this is a little story that I'm going to share. When Sam, our youngest one, was probably maybe 6 or 7, he said, Mom, I know what I want to be when I grow up. And I'm like, great, what? And he said, oh, no. He said, Mom, I know where I want to go to school. I know where I want to go to college. And I said, okay, where? And he said, Harvard. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. You want to go to Harvard? And he said, yeah. And I'm like, all right, Sam, I'm sure if you put your mind to it and study really hard, you can go to Harvard. And he said, good, because I want to be a food critic. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure you don't go to Harvard to be a food critic. Pretty sure your parents don't pay for Harvard for you to be a food critic. It was funny because he was just so young and impressionable. He wanted to be a food critic. He wanted to go to Harvard. He wanted to be a food critic. I didn't have the heart to tell him that the two really didn't go together. All right, travel agent. I think that would be lots of fun, right? Now I'm going to say Nat Geo. Nat Geo photographer. All right, so I need to keep adding to my list. I am going to stop here, and I'm going to start over here. I will end up putting something probably right here. I don't know what yet. So let's just do a few more over here just because we're having fun chit-chatting about jobs we'd love and jobs that are not for us. So I will, I don't know I put that on yet. I need to make that be sticky again. We were talking about this last week, I think. Who said how to get that to re-stick again when it starts not sticking to your block anymore? Anybody? Anybody remember? I'll just stamp a bunch of these, and then we'll I'll write some of my not for me jobs, and then we will move on to our last list. A pop psychologist. Okay, what's a pop psychologist? Oh, I found another one that I think could be fun. A reality TV host. And in the same line, in the same vein, dish soap. Okay, awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, guys, so quite a few people said wash with dish soap and water. Wash them, wash them. Very good. I will do that. A game show host. I would love to be a game show host. I love game shows. I used to years ago, like if I was homesick or something, I'd watch the game show network, the game show channel. I like the old ones, like Card Sharks. Yeah. All right. On my not so much list, dentist. Dentist is just not for me. I don't like the dentist. I really dislike the dentist. I have a very nice dentist. I just don't like what happens at the dentist. So, Also, a phlebotomist is not for me. Phlebotomist. A phlebotomist, a blood drawer, right? Person that draws blood. Yeah, no, that freaks me out. Ooh, a private detective. Okay, private detective. So, yes, Tina, now that could go for me on both lists, or, right? On both lists. Oh, I know another one. I'm going to add this. A podiatrist. You probably don't want to touch other people's feet, or a person that gives a pedicure. Okay, private detective. Yes, private detective could be cool, but then you're also finding out some things that might be sad, right? Because when I think private detective, I always think, oh, that's the wife whose husband is cheating, that the wife that hires the private detective to get the photos. Oh, popular culture, TV show and how they affect our view of things. Ooh, that would be, Colleen, I like that. A pop psychologist. That would be really cool. Robin's daughter's a phlebotomist. Yes, I know. You know what's the great thing is that both lists, there is someone out there that this is their job, right? And we could intersperse these. Someone's like, I would never be a second grade teacher, but I'm a dentist and I love it. So luckily, we have people that do all these things. All right, this is another one not for me. A funeral director. That would be so hard to be around people that were so sad, right? So I think that would be very difficult. Now, good ones are really good at what they do, and they can kind of give people a peace of mind, and that would be very rewarding, I think, and during a very difficult time, but no, not for me. An exterminator. I don't like bugs. I do not like the bugs. So, yeah, no exterminator. No, someone else can do that, not me. This one, a drywaller. So, when you have drywall put in your house, right? And you have to put up the drywall. And when I say drywaller, I mean the whole process, like the drywall, the taping, and the mudding, and the sanding. Oh, that would be, no drywaller for me. A telemarketer. Oh, that would be a tough job, right? Because people do not want to talk to you. Doesn't matter what you're doing, what you're selling, even if you're trying to survey, raise funds for the college or university where you went to school, telemarketer, that's a hard one. Not for me. Not for me. Another one, a mascot. I could not be a mascot because you guys know me and my heat issues. I would die of heat stroke in one of those little costumes, so I could not be a mascot. Pretty Paper Obsession, that's so interesting, said, after my aunt passed, I found out that she had went to mortician school, never knew. Wow. Wow. Will that fit? Okay, Debbie's therapy. I'm thinking that Debbie is watching a little bit behind. So her comment said, will that fit? She's probably over here saying, Lael, your whatever I was going to do here before wouldn't fit. Kylie was a telemarketer, MDA, Muscular Dystrophy Association, yeah, for 5 months, and it sucked. Hard job, right? Hard job. Colleen, so when you said that, Colleen, when you said pop psychologist, what instantly came to mind was like college and a course, like one of your classes on pop psychology would be fascinating, right? Fascinating. Okay, mascot. I'm just going to do a few more. Warden. I would not want to be a warden of a prison because I would probably not want to be very nice to those people, right? I would not want to be a warden. And a lot of them probably wouldn't want to be very nice to me either. They would not like me. I would not like them. We'd have a mutual dislike society going on. All right. Okay, just a few more. I would not like to be a porta potty cleaner. The portable restroom. Would not want to be the porta potty cleaner. Not for me. A waitress. The only reason that is not for me, that is an awesome job, and people that are really good at it are really good at it. My memory is awful, 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 awful. I would be the worst waitress, the worst, the worst, the worst. I don't know how the waiters and waitresses or wait staff, sometimes you go into a really nice restaurant and they do not write your order down. And you're like, oh my gosh, I just told you I wanted this without that, and hold this and put extra this on. And can you switch this for that? And instead of this, I want that. And they get it all right. Yeah, I could never do that. All right. I could also never be a cook because I don't cook. And I also, not for me, would be an EMT. An emergency medical technician that drives around in the ambulances. Nope. Or fire trucks. Not for me. All right. So I need to do more, right? I am going to stop, though, because we could be doing this list for a long time more. So I will stop there and I will finish that one. I don't know if I'll end up finishing this one today because I probably need some more things on my list. But I will finish this one before next week and we'll come back together. No job that involves blood. I agree. Vampire would not be a vampire. All right. So now we're going to deal with this mess that I made over here. Our third list, dadisms. You could use the number 4. Oh, I know, right? So, okay. Yes, I confused. I know Debbie's still back here thinking 4, and that would have worked. All right. Next up, dadisms. So a couple months ago, we did a list. Where is it? Things my mother used to say, or mom, however you want to do it. And so I don't know where I went. Maybe I think I was on Instagram last week, and I saw something that said dad hacks or dadisms or something like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be a really fun list. We already did the mom version, so why not do the dad version? Now, this doesn't necessarily need to be things that maybe your dad said. It could be things that just dads say. So my list will be things that my dad said. So as I was kind of working on this one or thinking about this one and what was going to be on my list, it reminded me, and I had to Google it this morning so I could tell you exactly what it was. It reminded me, I don't know, within the last couple of years, I read something about a guy that has a YouTube channel. And it is called Dad, How Do I? So like this. Like, and if you Google it, you will see it like this. Dad, how do I? Like that, okay? So, this man, who is a dad, it said his children are grown. He has many videos on his YouTube channel about how to do things. He's got like 4 million followers. But I thought, oh my gosh, how good, right? Like normally, if let's say, I'm right out of college and I'm home or at my apartment and my toilet won't stop running. And I'd be like, Dad, how do I stop my toilet from running? How do I fix that? So Dad, how do I, right? So he has tons of videos on how to do things. The ones that I saw that were most popular, tie a tie. Like, Dad, how do I tie a tie? How do I shave? How do I fix a running toilet? He probably is, Tracy. He's probably on all the things. He's probably on TikTok and Reels and Snapchat, or I don't know. But there's videos on YouTube or how to change your oil, or how to start a fire. Oh, thank you, Colleen. There it is, 12:34. How to start a fire, how to roast marshmallows. But I thought, oh, that's really clever. And with that many followers, he's probably really good at what he does. He probably explains things very well. So next time you find yourself asking how to tie a tie, go find the Dad How Do I guy, and you can watch a video and he'll show you how to do it. All right, so for my third list, dadisms. So I already was going to need to put a piece of paper right here. The reason I was going to need to do that, when I bring this up, can you see the ghosting from my stamping? Let's see, hang on. See the ghosting from my stamping on this page, right? So sometimes that happens, and it's not the paper. Actually, the Carpe Diem inserts that I use are really good quality, a little bit thicker paper. Especially when you have a really solid stamp like that, and when you're using Distress Oxide. So Distress Oxide is a little bit of I call it a juicier ink. I like the juicier ink because it gives me really good solid coverage, but it's heavier, it's thicker, juicier, so you'll have a little bit more applied to the paper. Nothing we did wrong. There isn't a way to get around that, but sometimes when that happens, depending on what list we're going to put here, usually I won't then start my list right on the paper. I will put something down on top of it. So kind of like I did here. I didn't have to worry about stamping, but let's just talk about one more thing. Forget this right here, if I'm now doing a new list right here, before I start stamping, if I was going to stamp anywhere on this page, I would want to look to see what was on the back side. Because if I stamped a big old flower right here, you know what's going to happen? I am going to get that same shadowing effect now right here. And it would kind of ruin this list for me. So when you're stamping, just kind of double check to see what you have going on around you, so that you don't mess up one of your lists that you'd already spent a lot of time and worked really hard on. All right, so for this guy, I am going to use a little bit of the Reaching Out collection. So that would be, what did I do with it? It's in one of my little pouches. I had it out because I try to have the things out so it makes it easier for us to work, so I'm not searching for things. All right. I'm still looking. Oh, there it is. It's just a little bit further away. Excuse my reach. It's all the way over here. Okay. So Reaching Out, another Jen Hadfield. So, another, when I say another, Peaceful Heart. We did Peaceful Heart last week. So Reaching Out was another, oh gosh, this is not Reaching Out. This is Peaceful Heart. All right, hang on. I just need to figure out what I did with it. Hang tight while I look. Oh my gosh, this is so funny because literally right before we started, oh, there it is. It's where it should be. It was just leaning against something, so I couldn't see it. All right, Reaching Out. Reaching Out, Jen Hadfield collection from this summer, early this summer, spring even. Spring? Yeah, now that I think about it, I think around March. I'm not looking for anything super masculine because just because it's a dadism doesn't mean I have to have like hammers and nails and cars on it, right? I mean, I can, nothing wrong with that, but I don't have any product like that. So, and that's not really my style. So on this one, it's just kind of generic. I'll just use whatever I want. And I thought it might be kind of fun. This little guy, I kind of like this little turtle. He's cute and it's just kind of generic. So I think we'll use him. I probably now though am going to need to come in with a piece of pattern paper. I wasn't going to do that, but I do need to do that now. So, oh, that could be cute. Maybe more yellow, right? More yellow. Just give me all the yellow. Just go ahead and give me all the yellow. Well, that's probably a little bit more than I want to do there. No, I won't do this because dots and dots, and that'd be too dotty. That could be cute. I'm still kind of leaning towards the yellow. Surprise, surprise. That could be fun. Let's, oh gosh, you guys. This is funny because that is, all right, let's just look at something here. And it's not going to stop me. I'm not going to let it stop me, but let's look at something that's kind of funny here. Let's look at our last few lists, shall we? Let's just look and see what we have going on. So, yellow, 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 little bit of yellow, 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 yeah, yellow, oh heavens, yeah, and then the yellow's not as prominent, but isn't that fun? Yellow, yeah, I like yellow, but guess what? I don't care. I'm going to do it because it makes me happy. So, this is a single page list, no photos, clearly. Well, not clearly, but no photos. Clearly to me, because I don't have any. I didn't put any together. But if I, oh my gosh, okay, where's my book? Oh, ay, 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 ay. Peacock's face. I know, look at, funny, right? Like little Peacock's face. He's like, whoop. Oh my heavens, I don't even know. All right, more yellow. Okay, here we go. So if this went here, and then this is going to cover up all my little thing over here. You won't even notice that it's all messed up. And then my little green guy will go right there. All right, so let's get out our trimmer. Let's get out the trimmer. What we're doing here, we're having fun, hopefully, right? We're having fun. We are playing with some of our supplies. We're being creative, we're being crafty, which is fun. But we're also memory keeping, right? We are memory keeping. All of this, we're memory keeping. Whether we're talking about jobs we'd love to have, whether we are talking about our summer favorites, whether we are talking about dadisms, right? Even dadisms, this is memory keeping, right? I am documenting things that my dad used to say. It's just a different way of memory keeping, right? Some of you are scrapbookers. Some of you don't list at all. You just like to hang out. But we're still doing the same thing. We're memory keeping. We're just doing it a little bit of a different way and a different format. We're telling a story. We're telling a story, sometimes with photos, sometimes without photos. But that's what we're doing. This is a story about my dad. It's just not necessarily told the way that we might otherwise tell a story. Some of these things get into his personality, right? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that yellow is good. Sarah's has a lot of pink. I think I have a lot of pink too. Mine always has a lot of flowers, a lot of hearts, a lot of butterflies. Okay, so now we need, I think what I'm going to do, this will be a simple list. I am going to do one of our clipboard lists because you know me, I love the clipboard. I love the clipboards, clearly. This is from List It 1. This was the OG, the original, the OG, List It 1. It's not even called List It 1. It is called List It. I say List It 1 because then there was 2 and 3 and mini clips and more and all kinds of things. All right, so now what I need is, I actually need possibly another piece of pattern paper. Because sometimes what it is fun to do, sometimes what it is fun to do is to keep looking to see what you have. No, it is, okay, I was looking to see if I had any cut up papers in there. All right, we're going to try two things here. We're going to try this green because this green goes with the green of the turtle. It might be too matchy-matchy, we'll see. But then I'm also going to try this guy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp. Ooh, this guy needs soap and water wash on him too. It feels like it's not sticking so well. I am going to stamp. Excuse my reach. I'm going, let's say that, Lael. Let's use this guy because it's smaller. All right, I am going to stamp my stamp. Ooh, yeah, this really needs to be washed because it's just not sticking anymore. Hi, Nancy, just joining. It's early Sunday morning here. Welcome. Double dots. Oh, I know, right? Double dots. Exactly, because I already said, ooh, I won't do the green because double dots. I'd have green polka dot and green. But we're going to look because it's just enough of an accent. It might be okay. So sometimes it is fun to stamp our little clipboard stamp. I'm trying to do this in a way that you guys could see. Stamp our little clipboard stamp on pattern paper and then cut it out. So test first, always test. Okay, nice and solid. Good, good. So now I'm just going to do this right here with it still on the pad. Why not? Okay. And then let's go to, where'd the other one go? Where's my green? There it is. I always, if I thought back, when I buy product for me, not for my website, but kind of for my website too, but really more for me, I think I gravitate more towards things like this that are a little bit more generic, because the generics you can use for lots of different things, right? Don't get me wrong. I like Christmas. I like the Halloween. I like the fall. I like the summer. But it's also nice to sprinkle in just some really good basic kind of non-themey collections, because then you can use them for anything, like dadisms. So I can probably already tell you that is probably not it. I think this one's probably it. I did recently buy like a mustard colored shirt. Shocker, I know, right? Because, well, as much as I like yellow, it's really hard for me to wear yellow. Sometimes hard for blondes to wear yellow. So it has some like embroidery kind of things on the décolletage, like in the chest, upper chest area. So we'll see. We'll see if I wear it. I was gonna wear it today, but I'm like, no, not today. Okay, so just fussy cutting. So sometimes when I use the clipboard stamps, the clip stamps, I will just stamp directly on my list, whether it's directly on my insert page or whether it is on a piece of white paper and then it goes on top of my, anyhow. But sometimes it's fun to stamp on pattern paper because it just gives it a totally different look, right? Oh, my stomach is growling. That must mean it's time to eat. 12:48, there you go. Well, not like that's the magic hour. Well, I guess it is kind of the lunch hour, but not necessarily that that's the magic time, but it's because I had my protein bar, my Cliff Bar too early. All right, so that there, or let's just pretend that there. And then that there. Nope. No. We knew it. Karen knew it. All right, so now I need some more white paper. What happened to my white that I had before? What happened to my white that I had before? Oh, here it is. That's the color I think you would look. Which one? this color. That one? Oh, please, or this one. Yes, yeah, Nancy, I agree. Super cute. Just good generic. But the turtle, yes, the turtle's cute. And then the peacock. Oh, the peacock's a hoot. All right, so now this is our clip for our clipboard. This has to be the paper that it gets clipped onto, right? The paper that holds the paper down. So that's how I use that little stamp. That is, talk about a go-to. Those little clipboard stamps get used a lot in my world. Okay, there, and then okay here. Trimmer. Oh, mustard yellow. So I'm gonna try. We'll see. We shall see. Terry, any more bears or moose, Terry, or hummingbirds? Terry, cabin, right? Cabin in Colorado, I believe, yeah. That's been fun because over the summer, as we've been working and listing, Terry will be like, oh my gosh, moose, look at that. And then she'll post in the Facebook group and then we can all see, which is kind of fun. All right, so there we go. Those of you that are scrapbookers, that's a great way to do your journaling on a layout, right? That's a great way to do journaling on a layout. All right, so I think what we're gonna do here, get ready, it's gonna knock your socks off. Well, not this part yet. Well, let's be honest, it's just a black pen. It's not gonna knock your socks off. But every once in a while, we like to get a little wild. Woo! It's a double outline. Right? Just a double. Just to kind of mix it up a bit. There we go. There we go. All right. So let's do that. Get our adhesive on there. And let's do this guy. Oh, but what I need to do, let me grab my hole punch. My handy dandy hole punch. Oh, I know, it's over here. It's with all of my tools for my December documented project that I need to finish today. Okay, here we go. A huge bull moose. Oh my gosh, right? That's insane. Walked through a little while ago. Yeah, nature, right? Okay. Hang on, I have, let's just get some of these things put away. Oh my gosh, look at, I've got all kinds of things out. Oh yes, I need to, there's a little, all right, then punch a little hole in the top because usually, you know, your clipboard has a little hole in the top right there. I don't know why, in case you wanted to tie something to it, I guess. All right, there we go. So it is now holding down our list. Ooh, okay. So when you've been working with black ink, it's always a good idea to make sure that your fingers are clean because you probably can't see them, but there's a few faint fingerprints on there. So if I committed a crime, I'd be in trouble because someone could lift my fingerprints from that. Okay, so dadisms. Before I'm ready to do that, where is, oh yes, okay, here's a little turtle. So turtle, so cute. But I think I need a little bit of washi right here. A little bit of washi, a little bit of washi. So where is the wash? Some of the, okay, washi. This is the washi from the collection, but somehow 2 of the rolls are not there. Oh, looks like, sorry. Looks like I'm flipping off. I didn't mean to do that. Looks like I was flipping off. Yeah. Oh, golly. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I was doing this and it looked like I was flipping off the turtle, and then I took this away and then automatically just went to the flip off sign. So I apologize for that. Although I'll squirrel for just a minute. When I was a little kid, I wanted to learn the proper way to do the flip off sign. So I taught myself, this is crazy, little kids, right? With a pencil, so that you could get that movement down. Yeah, anyhow. Kids, if you're listening, just erase that part. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not it. I don't know where. There's more washi from that collection, but I'm not sure where it is. So this guy could work. This would be cute. We'll just use this one. This was an oldie. This was an old one from Stamp Market. They don't make it anymore, which made me so sad because I loved it. Okay, there we go. There's our cute little turtle. Okay, Dadism. So we need a title. I will not stamp the title for the sake of time because that would take a while. Because it would take me probably an hour to figure out which ones I wanted to, which font I wanted to use first. So I think, oh, you know what? A green. Maybe a green could be fun. So let's look what we have. I think there's not really a doodlebug green. There's a mint. Well, there's this one, but that's not really the right color. Ooh, what about this? Guacamole. That's it. The Florence font. I like the Florence font. The Florence font from Bella. These I have on my website as well. But it's fun because it's just kind of, ooh. All right, I think now this probably isn't going to work, and I will show you why. It's probably going to bother me, but we'll see. Where's the ruler? Right here. Mandy, flipping the bird came naturally to you. That's funny. I couldn't get that movement down, so I had to train my fingers with a pencil. Bad. Okay, so this is what's going to be interesting. This is what's going to make me think that this might not work. Because this font is very whimsical. Some uppercase, some lowercase. Oh yeah, this won't work. I'll tell you exactly why right now. Because all of these letters happen to be lowercase except for the I. So I think that would look really weird. I think that would just look weird because then the I, like that. Dadism. Nope. So I won't use those. Put those little back here. I know which ones I'll use. I know Simple Stories will have one in one of their sticker books because the sticker books have lots of colors, and I will find one that works there. And if all else fails, I will use black because black is always an easy one. Okay. Back on the sheet, although too bad because that would work perfectly. That color. Oh, someone said, I just remembered. Someone said, that's where you put the pencil, yeah? Kristen, have I ever done a list of my favorite fonts? I haven't. That could be one that we do. Oh. I felt like he needed to come up a little bit more. He was a little bit too low. Okay, oh yes. All right, green, maybe, oh, maybe, no, I don't know, maybe. Oh, that's probably it, the brights. Or summer. Golly, there's a lot of good greens in there. We will have no problem finding the green that we want. So this green looks like it might match his little head. And this green looks like it might match his little body. So let's look at those two. You guys know these. These are one of my probably most used products for me because they're just so versatile. So there's probably 8 or 9 of these. alphabet sticker books, and there's different colors. Oh yeah, no, see, not. It actually goes with the head kind of, but just not bright enough for everything. And it just kind of clashes. It's kind of a chartreusey a little bit. It kind of clashes with the yellow. So that is not a good one. I'm banking on this one from the Brights. I think that will work. It's interesting. It's actually kind of a little bit of mix between both. So which one is this? Right? Okay. Let me look. Nope. I only have one Brights in here, which is weird. I don't know why. I don't have any of the smaller D's, so I need two. We'll have to go with the big ones, and we'll hope that the big ones will work. We hope the big ones fit. Well, it'll be pretty big, but that's all right. Dadisms. Have you guys thought about this one? Have you thought about what are some like dad things that dads say? Or that your dad said, or your grandpa, or whatever. Your husband, maybe. A male in your life. And I just say that just because we already did the mom version. So this one's the dad. Dadism. Isms. Carry water. Aha, right? Yep, always carry water. Yep. That makes sense, Jackie. Absolutely. My dad was Navy, so I'm sure, well, I don't know. He left the Navy when I was in 4th grade, so he probably gave me all kinds of dadisms from that. I probably didn't remember when I was a kid. Okay, so you know what? This font is really big, but I don't care. I'm just going to roll with it. I would normally use the other one, but that's okay because I don't have the smaller one. So we'll make dadisms. We'll make dadisms work with this font. All right, there we go. So the magic of the ruler, I get everything straight and it's centered left to right. All right, there we go. Okay, dadisms. So I think what I will do is I will do just a little bit of a divider line here. Right below. Yep. Tracy said, yes, measure twice, cut once. That is for sure on my list. My dad said that all the time. Except my dad, he was a pilot in the Navy, fighter pilot. He also was an engineer. So he's about the most type A person you've ever met. And so I would always joke, he'd say like measure 1,012 times and cut once. Nothing wrong with that, but yeah, that's who he is. Okay, dadisms. I have an idea for right there. Actually, I'm going to run with it. So what I wanted to see, well, I'll show you because we'll see if it works or not. You will get the gist of it right here. Taking a title like that and then putting like a word strip sticker right in the center of it. So that works sometimes and works not other times. It works in this one because it's all uppercase, right? So I'm thinking it would also work here because it won't like affect, it won't break up too many of the letters that you still wouldn't be able to recognize them. So let's get out our word strip stickers. Now, which could be fun, might be the snarky one. The snarky could be funny. Let's see. Snarky and regular. Okay, small talk and small talk snarky. So let's see. I don't know. We might not be able to find something here that's small enough. Me sarcastic never, said no one ever, no one, I am fabulous. Yeah, probably not. Okay, those probably won't work. Let's look at our regular small talk. Let's look at our regular make a difference. That could work. Let's just see. Dadism. See, you can still see that still reads dadisms, right? I think I like that there. I think it's going to stay, but now it makes me think this guy is not centered. It's a little off center. Okay, make a difference. There we go. Alrighty. So if I had lowercase letters, so they were all different heights, then it would totally bisect them in an odd way, and I don't think it would work. But it works for me. All right, dadism. So now what I want to use is, I think I'm going to pull out another one. Again, I'm going to pull out another one of the bullets from the Scattered Thoughts, the little asterisks one. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. That's funny, Tina. My dad was Navy as well, and he shined everything. If you don't keep your car clean, people will think you're nasty. That's funny. This sarcastic one for my dadisms. What? Dadisms lust. I don't understand that. Lust part. Shut the door. I'm not heating air conditioning outside. Yes. Give me 2 rings when you get home. Well, that's good. If you can't run with it, you pack too much. Oh my gosh. That's funny, Kristen. There must be some military one there, yeah? Don't make me turn this car around. Yes, that's another one, right? That's probably every dad, said every dad ever. Or mom, don't make me turn this car around. I don't know what's interesting, though. I don't know if I ever said that. If that was a thing I said to my kids or our kids. Don't make me turn this car around. I don't know. All right, what happened? Oh, here we go. All right, so what I was thinking was we could try, oh, you know what would be fun? Okay, I was thinking a little asterisk, but what could be fun would be a green. Stamp, not the little asterisk in green. So let's look on my little swatchies. Twisted Citron, no. Mowed Lawn is pretty good. I think Mowed Lawn is going to be it. Yep, Mowed Lawn. All right. Who wants to come help me clean up when I'm done? I hate that part. Really, really, really hate that part. I wish I could just make all the messes and never clean up. Duh, why didn't I put this here before? That's what that side's for. Okay, where's my little guy now? Where did it go? I need the little one of these. Here's the big one. Here's the, okay. It's like Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. I don't know. I don't know where it went. Okay, we'll just use this guy. So there we go. There's my little asterisk bullet. And I need, again, well, I'll just use a little scrap paper here. So I'm not sure where my little stamping book went. Make sure it's gonna work and be cute. Oh yes, that will be cute. All right, do I need to stop the car? Oh my gosh, yes. Do I need to stop the car? That is it. Do I need to stop the car? That's totally it. Do I need to stop the car? It hurts me more than it hurts you. I know that one. Okay, there we go. Dadism. So, where's my list? Where is my list? Oh, there's the stamping book. Oh, here it is. It's buried. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I love that one. So, Pamela, I'm not talking politics at all. I am just going to mention a very funny blooper. Oh, here it is. A very funny blooper reel. And I think George Bush, George W. Younger George Bush, George W. And if you're international, was one of our presidents in the past, both he and his father. That's why we say George H or George W. George W. was the younger one. There is a blooper reel of him. He would kind of mess up when he spoke sometimes. And there is a hilarious one. He was speaking somewhere about the fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, but he totally butchers it, and it is so funny. So, Pamela, you'll have to go watch that, but the rest of you, you should watch it because it's really funny. Again, it's not politics, it's just a funny thing because he totally, it's funny. I need to go watch that when we're done too to remember, but it was really funny. All right, so, oh yeah, I had to find my list. Yes. Yes, measure twice, cut once. That was one. I'll have to show my dad this later. He'll get a kick out of it. Another one was righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, right? Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. That's how you know which way to unscrew or screw something. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Another one, you buy cheap, you buy twice, right? We talked about that a little bit earlier with a trimmer. You buy cheap, you buy twice. This would be a fun one. Sitting around the kitchen table, dinner table, or whatever with your family. If you have kids, ask them this. So what are things that you remember that Dad used to say? What are things that you remember that I say, Mom say, Grandma, Grandpa, whatever. It's just kind of one of those funny things. Oh, this one. It takes two to tango. Oh my gosh, my dad said that all the time. My sister and I, she is about 2.5 years younger than me, and we used to fight a lot. And then you'd go complaining to your parents, Lainey did this, blah, 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 blah. And my dad would always say, it takes two to tango. Takes two to tango, right? Basically like, you both are clearly implicated, so I'm not sure what to tell you. It takes two to tango. Oh, hold on. Now I just remember something. I remember reading it. Okay. Hold on. No, I didn't remember reading that. I remembered reading the first part. So hold on, Terry. I got to go find this. Terry said something about her dad's eulogy, and I remembered reading it, and then I was going to say something, and then I got sidetracked. But then I just saw something. I'm looking at the chat. Hang on. Terry said, if we ever asked my dad if he needed anything, he would always say, just a little time and a few kind words. Oh, it was the last thing he said to me before he lost the ability to speak in hospice. Oh, Terry, it sounds like a wonderful man. He sounds like a wonderful man. Just a little time and a few kind words. Oh. Terry, you had something with your mom too, right? You have to remind me, but I think I remember reading something that you had said about your mom too. You get what you pay for. Yes, you get what you pay for sure. I think that's on my list. There's one that I'm going to put on here just because I hate it, but I'll put it on at the end because it's a weird man thing. Or boy thing. It's just a weird thing. Okay. Let's see. Takes two to tango. Who said life is fair? Right? It's not fair. How come Lainey gets to do this and I don't? How come my friend can do this and I can't? Who said life was fair? It's not fair. All right. My dad always used to say, ask your mom. Right? Pass the buck. I don't know. Ask your mom. Can I do this? You better ask your mom. And then you'd ask my mom, what did Dad say? You're like, you two need to get on the same page. All right. So he says more. I'm going to end with this one because this one, but I swear. Pull my finger. Which, hello, really? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is about some men that they think that is just so funny. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you pull their finger and then they fart. And it's just silly. Pull my finger. Luckily, Nick, my husband, never caught on to that. Which means our boys never caught on to it either, right? Yeah, if Nick had, nothing wrong with it. Everybody's got their own little quirky personality, but I would have kiboshed that with Nick in about 2 seconds. So I would have been like, no. You're not doing that. You're not teaching our boys that. Although they probably say all kinds of different things. All right, so I just need a little date here. So I think I'll just write it down here. So this would be September 2021. All right, there we go. This one still needs a lot of work. I won't finish this guy today. All right, friends. So I am going to, hold on. Nancy said, my husband says that to the girls and they don't think it is funny at all. I think most, females don't think that that's funny at all. I agree, right? Pamela. Okay, I have to read this. Pamela said, not a saying, but Dad would always have us kids drink the foam off the top of his cans of Coors Light. That is hilarious. Although, you know what? That's actually probably pretty smart because disgusting, right? Well, first of all, beer. I'm not a beer fan, especially not a Coors Light fan. But the foam, that's probably his way of saying, I know, I'm going to teach them that they don't want to drink as kids because I'm going to have them lick the foam and it's disgusting. All right. Okay, friends. So I'm going to go back to this one now. I'm going to come back to this and finish it up. If you want to hang out and still kind of chit-chat and whatever, that's what I'll be doing. If not, then I will plan on seeing you guys next Saturday, which would be September the 18th. Remember today's giveaway, especially if you started or joined late. Where are they? I don't know what I did with them. Stamps from the stamp market. I had an extra set. Oh yes, these guys. I had an extra set. So these are large. This is 6x8. And I thought this would be kind of fun since I had an extra set. It kind of ties into what I've done here. But I used die cut. I just as easily could have used stamp. So for this, we'll give this away next Saturday morning. And I will have you, leave a comment. Leave a comment on the video saying, actually, let me do this. Hold on, I'm just gonna flip the video because I feel weird not like seeing you guys. And then I'll come back and flip it again when I finish working. So hold on. We're flipping in 1, 2, 3. Wee. Okay. All right. So yes, we'll be back next Saturday, the 18th. There's a little light in the way. Yes, next Saturday the 18th for 3 more lists. The giveaway. You saw the giveaway. Thank you guys. I always love our Saturdays. You know that, I hope. I don't always love things to be crooked. I always love our Saturdays. It gives me a chance to just play and be creative. And I don't ever get the time to do that. I don't ever take the time to do that because it's my life. It's my business. So I'm either designing a new kit or getting ready to teach a class or writing instructions. So this on Saturday is really the only time that I give myself where I can just play. So thank you guys for that. Thank you for giving me a place where I can play. Because if I wasn't doing these, then I wouldn't give myself the time to do that. So I hope that you guys give yourselves time, whatever it's for, whether it's crafting or whatever it is, reading, getting a massage, going on a walk, going to the movie, watching a movie, whatever it is, that you give yourselves time because we all need the time to do things like this that make us happy and recharge us. I love that we get to hang out like this because we miss people, right? It's fun to hang out. And I love that I am kind of really starting to get to know some of you because you're here every Saturday. We've never met. We've never seen each other in person. Some of you I have, but most of you I haven't. Some of you, it's 2 a.m., no longer 2 a.m. because I'm sure she's fast asleep by now. 2 a.m. and you're snuggled up in your bed and we're just hanging out. So I love that we can kind of get together and do that. So thank you. And I love that you guys are making your friendships in the chat and starting to get to know people as well. So until next Saturday, have a great week. Be safe and wear your seatbelt. Yeah. All right. So thanks for joining. Thanks for giving me another fun Saturday to play. Now I'm going to flip the camera again and I'm going to finish my summer favorites list. All right. Bye-bye. And flip. I mean, not flip you off because we already did that. Flip the camera. 1, 2, 3. 5:20, you're still there, Lulu girl. Oh my gosh. And then I hope you can go to sleep for a long time. 5:20 a.m. All right, remind me where you're in Australia? Australia? New Zealand? Australia. I want to say Australia. I don't remember. But yes, tell us, please, where you are. New Zealand. Oh, Nancy. Wait, is Nancy Lulu girl? Oh gosh, I'm confused. I am confused. Okay, I'm going to keep going and I will kind of keep watching the chat. That's the problem. I ask a question and then I forget to watch the chat and then I never get the answer. Or the answer's there, I just forget. Oh yes, Sydney. Okay, Sydney. Oh yes. I had the opportunity to, okay, but is it Nancy? Tell me your name, Lulu girl. You're like, Lulu. Oh, okay, look it. And Christina's in Wellington, New Zealand. So it's early for you as well, Christina. Okay, so I've never been in New Zealand. One of these days I will go, for sure. It's on my bucket list. But Lulu girl, been to Australia, been to Sydney. Years ago, I worked for a company called Scenic Route, and I went to Sydney. Actually taught at an event in Brisbane, but we went to Sydney ahead of time and spent some time there. Oh, Nancy. Okay. Okay. So Nancy, now I get it. Nancy, Christina was asking about Nancy. Christina and Nancy both live in New Zealand, and that is not Leonie. Leonie, Lulu girl, lives in Australia, right? Got it. I love it. Look at all you guys hanging out from down under. That's fun. Okay, so let's see. Summer favorites. We're back to this guy. Where's my list? Where is my list? I'm curious. Who is listing? Who is Nancy? Okay, Nancy. Yes. I've been reading about the lockdowns in New Zealand because you guys had basically eradicated COVID, right? Like there were 0 cases, and then all of a sudden there was 1, and then 2, and then went into lockdown again, and the rest of the world is like, hello, New Zealand, you only have 2 cases. What are you doing? And I am not making any judgment there at all. I'm just stating what people were saying. And then I think you guys are up to like 800 or 900 or now something, right? It's kind of crazy how quickly. Okay, Janica? I'm sure I'm totally butchering that. Kloosterman. And the Netherlands, 920, yes. Oh, and then there's Susie. Hi, Susie. Extremely late. We're still going. We're kind of, well, I was going to say we're kind of informal now, but we're always informal. We're informal now in that I'm coming back and just finishing up my first list. Okay, hold on. Louisiana, right? Susie, Louisiana? I think. Louisiana, Arkansas. No, Louisiana, Arkansas. I want to say Louisiana. Okay. Karen is listing. And we know that they're incomplete because Karen's printer is not working. Colleen, look you're so good to me. You knew it because you saw this, right? Okay, yes. Plug back in. We were unplugged. Yep, thank you. I have to unplug the twist to flip the camera or else it would flip and it'd be bad. All right, so let's keep going. So, Lots of neighborhood get-togethers. What else do I have here? Oh yes, the best thing ever. Lily started working. Lily is, if you haven't heard the story, Lily is our old nanny. She's not old. She's just our nanny that worked for us a long time ago for years. She worked for us. I went back to work with Jack, our oldest, sorry, when he was 3 months old. She worked for us until he was 15 years old. So, yes, and now she's working for me again in my business. So it's awesome. So that has made I can't even tell you what a difference in my life that has made. Friends, it's good. It's good, good, good. All right. Hold on. Oh, Leone. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Lulu Leone. Locked down for 12 weeks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know. It's such a scary thing. I don't know how we're ever going to get out of it. I don't know how we're ever going to get out. And I'll be pessimistic for like 2 seconds. And then let's be happy and optimistic again. All right. So, oh yes. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. This will fix my little issue here I was worried about. My list said Lily started working in June. So I'm going to pick this up and put it over here. And then I'll put in June. Because then it fills that in. And because they were kind of in the same spot. I didn't want them in the same spot. Alrighty. Yes, and then the Garth Brooks concert, which was amazing. Outdoor, but still boatload of people. I think he only did 1 or 2 concerts after that, and now he's not touring again because of COVID, which I get. It's interesting. I saw something yesterday, and I'm not just I'm just making chit chats, friends. I'm not making any kind of judgments. Patton Oswalt is a comedian, and he has been in the news for the last couple of days because he canceled. He was touring, or I think still is, but he canceled in 2 states. I think Ohio and Utah, because in Utah, no mask mandate for the venue. And so he said, he had a quote, "I am not vain enough to think that," he said, like, "I'm vain, but I'm not vain enough to think that people should die to see me," or something like that. I'm just reading. Yes, Nicole, maybe Lily will clean up after you, right? Yeah. No. Problem is, you'd have to know where to put everything. And, yeah, then I wouldn't be able to find it. And I need to clean everything up when I'm done because I have to move back to my December documented project kit because that has to be done. I need to write instructions tomorrow so that I can send them to my person. I have somebody that formats them for me, so I've got to do that. Yes, Susie is absolutely my favorite place to get drive-through daiquiris in Louisiana. Just need to say, not drinking the drive-through daiquiri until you get to where you're going, but yes, drive-through daiquiri, which in my Utah girl experience, mind blown, like totally mind blown that you could go to a drive-through and get a daiquiri or get a margarita, not in a can, in like a cup. All right, Garth Brooks concert. Oh yes, we have to get this one. Hike up to Alta to see the wildflowers. Usually every couple of years when we do that, moose, we run into a, well, okay, let me clarify that. We don't run into a moose. You see a moose sighting. You see a moose. We don't run into one, but you see a moose, which is kind of fun up in the wilderness. Okay. What else is on my list? Oh, yes. Our annual summer trip up to Priest Lake. That's in Idaho. Started with the girls, then the guys joined. Okay. Oh, getting down to the yellows. I'm getting down. Suzanne is still here. She's still here from Oregon. I know what you meant. She's still here, comma, she's from Oregon, and she is still scrapbooking. She's scrapbooking. Oh, Leonie works in a hospital. Imagine it's been absolutely manic. So here's something that would be on my, actually, right here. Health care worker, and then I'm just going to put COVID. Now, here's the thing. When I say that's not for me, I mean I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Utmost respect for all of the healthcare workers and what they do. I would have a very, very, very hard time. A very hard time. And that's all I will say. I won't say any more. All right, because this is a fun place, not a political place. Okay. So, Leonie, and I feel like I just keep butchering your name every time. Good for you. Thank you. The world needs more people like you. Christina, those little stickers are Doodlebug. So, there are a couple of different sets. Itty bitty. If you just Google, or well, you can Google it too, but if you go to my website and search for heart stickers, lots of little heart stickers like that. I love those. I use those all the time. Sometimes they're great for breaking up your list like that. Other times, yellow again, they are great for just little accents. Sometimes you just need a little something, something. So one there, that's a bigger guy. They are different sizes. But they're just good little accents sometimes. And they're great colors. Okay, so, oh good, Leonie, I'm glad I'm saying it perfectly. I always feel, oh yes, Tracy, you're on a roll. Politician. I'll just do this here. I would probably, if you had asked me maybe 10 years ago, politician might be over on this list. Probably when I was young and naive, well, let's be honest, not young, but probably when I was naive enough to think that, I don't know, I right now have a very difficult time with politicians on both parties, in all parties, just because I think our political system in the U.S. is a four-letter word show, starting with an S, ending with a T. It has just gone to pot, unfortunately, and there's just a lot of fighting and infighting, and nothing happens. Nothing is happening. Nothing is working. So back then, politician could have been on the good side because I might have thought I would have been able to make a difference, but now I don't know what's going to even happen with that. Leonie, I'd be too soft, right? Well, I'd either be too soft, or some of the time I would really piss people off, and I'd probably say things that come out of my mouth, and I'd be like, no, come back. I'd be trying to pull it back in my mouth, and then, yeah, no, doesn't work. And I'd be flipping people off with the turtle sticker, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh yes. So, Sam moved back in for a bit. Oh my gosh. I tell you what, he's trying to move in with some friends, and it's just like red flag after red flag after red flag. A girl's moving out, and now she has a restraining order against so-and-so. I'm like, Samuel. That's how you know his mom is concerned. Samuel P. Do you know how many red flags there are here? Anyhow, he's dead set on it, so I don't know. We'll see. So he is in for a bit, and yeah, he's chomping at the bit to leave again. But yeah, we'll see how that turns out. That's probably a story for many days. I'll keep you informed on what's happening with that. All right, so Sam has moved back home for a bit. Next up, oh, we had quite a few. A few big rainstorms and gully washers. I love that gully washer. Just lots of rain, and that's good because we need the rain. Alrighty, I think we have room for one more. Do we have one more yellow? No, okay, no more yellows. So, I have more in my inventory. So I'll just need to remember to take it out of inventory before I use it, or one of you guys will go to buy it and it won't be there, and that will be sad. All right, so we'll just leave a little space there. Oh yes. So there will be two. We did one last month. There'll be another one this month. So we'll make a little spot here for the heart. And then we'll go Red Butte Concerts, because I love those. All right, so now I think what I will do, I need to date this. So let's look at one of two different date stamps, roller date stamps. I think this guy's going to be too big, but let's see. Let us see. Oh, whoopsie. I didn't turn the lights back on. I know, Scrapbook Sister, it's sad. I think it's sad, right? That in the past would have wanted to be a politician, but not now. I don't know. I don't know how our country is going to get out. Oh, what am I doing? I don't need that. Get out of that, because it is a mess. Yeah, everybody has their own agenda, personal agenda. Well, okay. I'll just say this. I think term limits and campaign financing reform. Those two things would probably do a lot, right? I think that our political system has turned into what's in it for me, or a career, right? And you shouldn't be a career politician, because then you're not, I don't know, maybe then you're not making the right decisions for the right reasons. Okay, I'm going to use the green for sure. That's the last time I used the stamp. So today would be 9. Oh yes, of course, today's 9/11. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Interesting. So one of Sam's friends, it's his birthday today. He was born in 2002. 2000. He was born in 2000. So the year before. But I have a number of friends and past coworkers that were born on 9/11. Not 9/11, not the 9/11, but 9/11. And it's so interesting, because I always, every time it's 9/11, I always remember their birthday, just because it's one of those dates that you just remember. Well, we remember in the US. That's just, unfortunately, a big part of our history. Probably maybe a generation or two generation older than me. Pearl Harbor Day, December, I think, December. So that's probably another day that people remember in our history. All right, so what I'm a little bit worried about with this, right? 9/11. Okay, make sure I have the right date, and the color's definitely right. So, can I fit it here? What I'm wondering is, so Christina's saying, interesting, journalism. Studied it, did it, and then cutthroat, and not where she wanted to be. Right. So, and that's some things, right? Some things that we thought we might want to do, and that we did, and then when we got there, went, okay, totally wrong, not for me, right? Like, I don't know, maybe on my florist list, maybe I'd get there and be like, oh my gosh, everything dies. I can't be around everything dying all the time. And then I decide it wasn't for me. All right, so I just moved this a tad, so I have a little bit more room, but I still want to have a little bit of white there. So we'll just have to see if this is going to work. Well, we're not going to see, because we're going to do it, and it's either going to work or it isn't. And then if it doesn't, then we'll just reposition that. All right, so I'm going to turn this a little bit so I can try to see. Try to get it centered. Okay, here we go. Okay, it kind of worked. I mean, it worked, right? It worked. It is December 7th. Thank you, Karen. No, I'll probably remember that. December 7th. I mean, that's your birthday or someone's birthday. All right, so it's a little bit too high, but that's okay. I mean, really, not enough to start over. Never start over. Life is too short. There's too many other things to do. All right, there we go. So that list is done. Although I don't think it is. So here's the deal. I feel like up here, it's just really black and white. We need something else up here. So probably somewhere right in here. So let's look at, ooh, I know. Let's look at the sticker book from Bungalow Lane. So if you missed the beginning, I'm working with Bungalow Lane. And we talked about Bungalow Lane kind of having a split personality because a lot of Bungalow Lane is this, like beautiful leaves and some darker colors. But the other side, this is a paper from the pad, that green, and then that flower, and then this greenery. So was able to pull some things out of what would seemingly be a fall collection to make them work for summer, what I needed them to work for. So sticker book. Sticker books, simple stories to sticker books, and a lot of the American crafts brands do sticker books. What's nice about sticker books is that your stickers are smaller, right? So we need something small up here. I don't need a large sticker that I might have on like a full 6x12 sticker sheet. I need something smaller. So I don't know, like this would be small. This could work, but I don't know that I need more flowers there. Yeah, I don't think so. You know what's coming. You know what's coming that's going to go up there, don't you? Let me just double check. But we know what it's going to be. It is, ooh, but that's fun. These are clear. These are just, let me just see something here. What if, see clear, can you see that? Clear? Probably not. What if it went, no, I don't like that. I don't know, maybe. Let's just do this. We'll put that right there so we can kind of see, but we won't have to commit. I know, Lauren, butterflies. I know, right? Butterflies. That's what I'm going for. The butterflies. Because butterflies are easy. And they work. Okay. I wish this butterfly didn't have so much white around him, though. Okay, I think that works, but now I feel like I just need something else. Maybe right down here. Oh, I know what I can do. So sometimes when you just need a little extra accent somewhere, you just come in and write your little plus signs or like your little cross hatchies. Right? Just to give it a little bit of, let's see. There's a fine line because you can definitely overdo it sometimes. Well, that helps a little bit, but I think I need one more butterfly, but now I'm not going to have the right color. Oh, guess what? So one of my friends just sent that I'm going to the concert with. Ooh, yeah, how about right here? That's kind of fun on the flower. There we go. Just sent a text that I saw come up on my iPad that said, set list, the Kenny Loggins concert tomorrow night that I'm going to, the outdoor concert. One of my friends just sent the set list from the concert that he played on, she said, September 9th. So that's probably the same set list that he will play there. Oh, there we go. I like it there. All right. I think that's it. I think it's it. I think we're going to call it good. Oh, well, hold on. There's all these little tiny ones. all these little tiny flowers. Let's just look at one more thing. Yeah, so I'm going to have to go look at that set list. Hopefully he plays something from Return to Pooh Corner. Oh, I hope. So these are the same girlfriends that went to Priest Lake with. And before the husbands got there, we were one night having wine and talking and chit-chatting and I put that on, the Pooh Corner, and then we're like laughing, crying because it just reminded us when all of our kids were little. And we would, I'm just going to fix these. I don't like those little plus signs there. So the magic white gel pen will just cover those right back up. You can't even see them anymore. Okay, so maybe just a couple more of those. I like these little guys. These are kind of fun. There. But I only want to put them on white because they're clear. So if I put one of these clear stickers on the green, it would look weird, I think. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's not bad. It's fine. It's fine. No, I don't like it there. Maybe we should just be done. Maybe it could go right here. No. I should just be done because now I'm just moving things around and it's just not really happening, right? I think we will pull this one off and we'll pull this one off and we'll just see if we like that in there. That works. You know what's bugging me? That all that white space between the summer. There's all that white space in there and it's bugging me. All right, but I'm going to call it good. So I'm just going to put these little guys back down now. Let's see. Hi, Jessica. Yay, Jessica. Yeah, we're just finishing. I don't know how long we've been at this stage. Oh gosh, my gosh, it's almost 2 o'clock. Holy moly. Yes, I'm just finishing. I went back to my very first list that I didn't finish and I thought I would finish that. So yes, yes, yes. All right. There we go. It's done. I need to add a little bit more adhesive right here because I pulled it off too many times to reposition it. All right, friends. I will flip the camera again. I will flip the camera again. Yeah, that was fun. I love a collection like that has two totally different looks to it. Because then it's just, you get more for your money, I think. All right, I'm flipping. Here we go. One. Uh-oh. I kind of screwed that a little bit too tight earlier. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. And there we are again. All right, friends. Ooh. Crooked. Lights in the way. Weird lighting because it looks weird outside. But no headache, so we're good. All right, friends. Lots of you, some of you were here with me before when I said goodbye, and now crooked. I need like a level right on top of that. And anyhow, yes, you were here with me before maybe when I said goodbye, and now I'll say goodbye again. So just wanted to finish up that list. I still do have this guy to finish. This one still needs some work. So, ooh, especially look at that. Isn't that interesting? You know what I see that I didn't see when I was working on that when it was down below? Look how crooked those are. These are pretty straight, but crooked. So there's not much I can do to fix that unless I erase them all with the white gel pen and restamp them, which I won't do. Anyhow, that one needs some more work. So I need to think some more about jobs I'd love and then think some more about more that aren't for me. Mary Lee, if you're still here, thank you for those suggestions for the jobs I'd love and not for me. Anybody, if you have suggestions for lists, I love them. So send them on. Go to my website, click contact us, or reply to any of the emails that you get from me for our Saturday sessions. But I'd love your list ideas so we can keep having fun with our lists and have some variety. Okay, friends, I'll see you next Saturday. Don't forget the giveaway. Leave a comment on the video once we're done about, one of your favorite things that you did this summer from our first list. And, oh yes, thumbs up, please, if you enjoy. And if you're still here after all this time, I certainly hope you do, because that's just torture if you don't like it. So thumbs up, I would appreciate it. And I will see you guys next Saturday. Okay, have a good weekend. Goodbye. Oh no. Okay, wait. Haha, see what I did there? I just saw Nicole said, really enjoyed my first live. I'm glad you did, Nicole. You never know what you're going to get. Sam coming in, a table getting knocked over. Yeah. And then just lots of chit chat and me squirreling, but that's just who I am. So that's part of the fun. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I hope you join us again. Oh yes, Marilee, Laura Ingalls. That's still on the list. I know people are like, Laura Ingalls, what? Maybe I've got to look at my list of lists, because we have a lot coming. But we'll get it in there for sure, because I think that'd be a really fun one. Just looking, I think, oh yes, our Australian friends and our New Zealand friends. Nancy, Leonie, and starts with a C. Corinne? I'm drawing a blank. Anyhow, you guys get some rest, because you've been up for a really long time. All right, friends, have a good day. Have a great weekend. See you next week. Bye-bye.